Hello guys, welcome in. We are live and we are set to go here. It's the Carry1st Africa Cup 2025 World Championships 2025 Africa Qualifier, and we are in the Ghanaian regional finals where either or 2-3-3 or the one and only 31 not are going to qualify. So yeah, Tiano, here we go again.
Under the electric lights of Arena 233, the atmosphere was nothing short of electrifying. Fans packed the esports arena in Accra, Ghana, cheering as two of the region's top Call of Duty mobile teams, Aura 233 and 31 Not, faced off in the highly anticipated Carry1st Africa Cup regional finals.
I want a competitive game, right? It's a 7-map game. I want to see like game 7. If it's SND, we're having like a round 11, going to the very end. I'm a fan, so I enjoy proper gameplay, and that's what I want to see,
Led by Ruin and the deadly objective control of Sunflower, Aura 233 wasted no time asserting dominance, locking down rotations and denying any momentum to 31 Not.
Going to be able to cross the 150 mark, maybe, but it's 244. Rid of that war mission, absolutely annihilating the players here. And look at that kill feed. Oh my lord, they are human beings, guys. Have some mercy. Hardware combined, done and dusted.
Well, it was unexpectedly competitive, honestly. I didn't think the 31 guys would do so well, but then we all knew the Aura boys would win. That's who I'm rooting for.
The vibe has been great. This is like my first LAN I'm attending. This is my first time meeting Ruin and also the 31 boys. It's been very great. I really like the atmosphere.
With a 3-0 clean sweep, Aura 233 now heads to Lagos as Ghana's sole representative in the Carry1st Africa Cup finals, and also compete for a $15,000 prize pool.
The champions are here. We have Sama here, we have Green over here, we have Sunflower, Gengbe, Babushka, man. How's the experience been like?
I mean, just more of the same of what I always do. Just came here to dominate and prove that it was a one-sided massacre.
With their confidence soaring and momentum on their side, Aura 233 is set to carry Ghana's hopes into battle once more.
This year, knowing what's at stake, not just the $15,000 but the ticket to go to the World Championships finals, to represent Africa. So I expect everyone to bring their A game. Aura 233 will be there, Ruin, Babushka, Sunflower. So I expect a really great experience, and the best team will definitely win.
The road to the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship runs through Africa, and Aura 233 is ready to walk it.
Refresh the everyday with Mentos Gum. Yes to fresh.
Hello guys, welcome in. We are live and we are set to go here. It's the Carry1st Africa Cup 2025 World Championships 2025 Africa Qualifier, and we are in the Ghanaian regional finals where either or 2-3-3 or the one and only 31 not are going to qualify. So yeah, Tiano, here we go again.
Under the electric lights of Arena 233, the atmosphere was nothing short of electrifying. Fans packed the esports arena in Accra, Ghana, cheering as two of the region's top Call of Duty mobile teams, Aura 233 and 31 Not, faced off in the highly anticipated Carry1st Africa Cup regional finals.
I want a competitive game, right? It's a 7-map game. I want to see like game 7. If it's SND, we're having like a round 11, going to the very end. I'm a fan, so I enjoy proper gameplay, and that's what I want to see,
Led by Ruin and the deadly objective control of Sunflower, Aura 233 wasted no time asserting dominance, locking down rotations and denying any momentum to 31 Not.
Going to be able to cross the 150 mark maybe, but it's 244. Remember that war machine absolutely annihilating the players, yeah? And look at that kill feed, oh my lord, they are human beings, guys. Have some mercy. Hardware combined, done and dusted.
Well, it was unexpectedly competitive, honestly. I didn't think the 31 guys would do so well, but then we all knew the Aura boys would win. That's who I'm rooting for.
The vibe has been great. This is like my first LAN I'm attending. This is my first time meeting Ruin and also the 31 boys. It's been very great. I really like the atmosphere.
With a 3-0 clean sweep, Aura 233 now heads to Lagos as Ghana's sole representative in the Carry1st Africa Cup finals, and also compete for a $15,000 prize pool.
The champions are here. We have Sama here. We have Green over here. We have Sunflower, Gengbe, Babushka, man. How's the experience been like?
I mean, just more of the same of what I always do. Just came here to dominate and prove that it was a one-sided massacre.
With their confidence soaring and momentum on their side, Aura 233 is set to carry Ghana's hopes into battle once more.
This year, knowing what's at stake, not just the $15,000, but the ticket to go to the World Championships finals, to represent Africa. So I expect everyone to bring their A game. Aura 233 will be there, Ruin, Babushka, Sunflower. So I expect a really great experience, and yeah, and the best team will definitely win.
The road to the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship runs through Africa, and Aura 233 is ready to walk it.
Refresh the everyday with Mentos Gum. Yes to fresh.
Hello guys, welcome in. We are live and we are set to go here. It's the Carry1st Africa Cup 2025 World Championships 2025 Africa Qualifier, and we are in the Ghanaian regional finals where either R233 or the one and only 31 not are going to qualify. So yeah, Tiano, here we go again.
Under the electric lights of Arena 233, the atmosphere was nothing short of electrifying. Fans packed the esports arena in Accra, Ghana, cheering as two of the region's top Call of Duty mobile teams, Aura 233 and 31 Not, faced off in the highly anticipated Carry1st Africa Cup regional finals.
I want a competitive game, right? It's a 7-map game. I want to see like game 7. If it's SND, we're having like a round 11, going to the very end. I'm a fan, so I enjoy proper gameplay, and that's what I want to see,
Led by Ruin and the deadly objective control of Sunflower, Aura 233 wasted no time asserting dominance, locking down rotations and denying any momentum to 31 Not.
Going to be able to cross the 150 mark, maybe, but it's 244. Remember that war mission absolutely annihilated the players here. And look at that kill feed. Oh my lord, they are human beings, guys. Have some mercy. When combined, done and dusted.
Well, it was unexpectedly competitive, honestly. I didn't think the 31 guys would do so well, but then we all knew the Aura boys would win. That's who I'm rooting for.
The vibe has been great. This is like my first LAN I'm attending. This is my first time meeting Ruin and also the 31 boys. It's been very great. I really like the atmosphere.
With a 3-0 clean sweep, Aura 233 now heads to Lagos as Ghana's sole representative in the Carry1st Africa Cup finals, and also compete for a $15,000 prize pool.
The champions are here. We have Sama here. We have Green over here. We have Sunflower, Gengbe, Babushka, man. How's the experience been like?
I mean, just more of the same of what I always do. Just came here to dominate and prove that it was a one-sided massacre.
With their confidence soaring and momentum on their side, Aura 233 is set to carry Ghana's hopes into battle once more.
This year, knowing what's at stake, not just the $15,000, but the ticket to go to the World Championships finals, to represent Africa. So I expect everyone to bring their A game. Aura 233 will be there, Ruin, Babushka, Sunflower. So I expect a really great experience, and the best team will definitely win.
The road to the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship runs through Africa, and Aura 233 is ready to walk it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To be crowned as kings of African Call of Duty Mobile. The Carry1st Africa Cup isn't just a tournament. It is the soundtrack to a new era of African esports. He's going to be able to find the pistol kill. 1v1! Find the two-piece! He knows it's there! Oh my goodness!
Determination, hard work is what gets you into a position like this.
Every squad has a story. Every player, the same dream. Welcome to Lagos. Welcome to the finals.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you're excited to be in the room with us tonight, can you shout? Can we hear your excitement?
I can't hear you. I want you to say, Carry. Yeah, that's more like it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. If you're joining us on the live stream, we are proud to say that a lot has happened in the room and you have missed. But do not worry, we're going to fill you in on some of the action that had happened. It proved to be that Sage could not stand the ferocious wiles of the Bear Clan. It was an unexpected twist of things for some people, but a lot of others saw it coming because the Bear, they were too confident. They knew that they were going to get something out of that. And also the Eclipse. The Eclipse, they were wild.
The fact that Eclipse got into this game through the regional wildcard is still so, funny, but that shows that you can't really tell what's going to happen right here, right?
Definitely. Eclipse did something phenomenal. They took off the sunlight from the faces of the players from the Delta Esport, and they were just flustered at the day.
That just means that Naija no dey ever carry la. She can come to our hometown and beat us, right? That can happen.
It's a Nigerian thing. So in a few minutes, we're going to have the next teams come on to play. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your teams.
Yeah, for the we have products from SA. Make some noise. Make some noise. Of course, I know you do love products, so we're going to watch the video. And now to my right, we have the Black Clans from Egypt to make some noise for them. Oh, I see. They do have fans over here. Hope you're rooting hard for your team. You are, right? Oh, what team? What team? Okay, Paradox. We'll see. All right. So, Paradox.
Right now, please turn to the multimedia screens as we see some beautiful, beautiful video clips about the Bear Clan.
the way from Egypt. Come on. I can hear you if you're here for the Bear Clan. Say woo! Yes, that's more like it. And now we're going to turn to the screen and now watch what the Paradox have to offer, guys.
Does go to show, and goes without speaking to say, that those from the Paradox have a lot of fans in the building. Am I right?
Yes, they do.
Yet, and as well, the Bear Clan also have a lot of fans in the building too. Can we hear some noise?
If you're here for Black Clan, say woohoo! Woohoo!
No, that's not ferocious enough.
That's not?
When bears come at you, it's like
It's like,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, something like that.
okay.
All right, so very shortly, the games are going to begin.
Yes.
And Trout, I hear you're on standby. Are you there?
And Eugene as well.
We are.
Hello,
We're
hello.
here.
How's it going,
I
everyone?
want to ask you a quick question, Trout.
Yes,
what
we're listening.
team are you rooting for?
He's not going to tell you.
No.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
Definitely does.
You plead the fifth?
I plead the fifth. I will not be giving you an answer.
You wouldn't. Okay.
All right, take it away. Take it away.
All right, everyone, welcome in. My name is Trout. This is Eugene Abu Dhabi, and we are going to be bringing you potentially one of the biggest games, if not the tone setter for the entire event. It's going to be Bear Clan versus Paradox. Oh my goodness, talk us through what you're feeling.
Fam, this feels like a final. Why does this feel like a final? Paradox Gaming comes in touted as the Thanos of this tournament. They have not bled thus far. Bear Clan, the exact same. Equally, in their own region, they dominated. They came here, and they have dominated here, and now two titans collide.
Absolutely, and as you can see here, the road to Lagos has been a long one, 6 months in the making, but goodness gracious me, the top 8 teams have made it, and of course, like you said, the titans being Bear and Paradox meeting up in the winners bracket semi-final. And I had a little bit of a chat with one of the Mentos people a bit earlier, and they asked me, who do I think is going to win the entire event? And I went ahead and said, whoever wins this game, man.
That is actually factual. You're not really far from reality. And what's at stake here today? Again, it's $15,000 divvied up in $7,500 for first place, $3,000 for second, $1,500 for third, fourth place, $1,000. Fifth and sixth, $600. Seventh and eighth, $600. No one goes home empty-handed.
Oh, it's nice to see a little bit of the pie being split equally. But here we have a look at the bracket, and it has been nothing but 3-0s bar Eclipse versus Delta, which was a fantastic game. It really ran the distance, and we got to see some absolutely beautiful quality being on show from all of these players. But of course, that leads us right into our first semi-final, which is going to be Bear Clan versus Paradox. I think we've mentioned it enough. Back to the Titans. What maps do you want to see?
I want to see bread and butter maps, honestly. I want to see Raid. I want to see Hacienda somewhere. I want to see Crossfire. Crossfire maybe. Oh no. Come on.
My goodness.
Okay.
My favorite map up second there, guys. So the order of maps is going to be HP or Hardpoint, S&D, Control, back to HP, and then ending things off on an S&D. And of course, the maps. Talk us through them.
Combine, bread and butter map, straight off Black Ops, I believe. Yes, Combine, just basic map from way back then. Kurohana comes in as my, I want to say least favorite, but very neon, very bright map, techie and all round. Going in for search and destroy, and for third, your personal favorite as well.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Kurohana, it's giving anime, and I appreciate that. But of course, then going over to Raid, which is a tried and true tested map. And I feel like it's the one that these teams definitely have the most reps on in terms of control. And then Slums, another back-to-back-to-back game. map that absolutely goes hard. And then obviously if we run the distance to a game pipe, which would be an absolute cardinal sin if we don't. But everybody, we're loading in. First game is up. It's going to be hard point on Combine. Let's get into the action.
And a bit of a quit there because, we're going to do a bit of a restart there. No worries. That gives us more time to enjoy the game, more time to savor this. Because savor this. This is... It's watery. It's mouth-watering.
Absolutely. Yeah, we spoke about that. These two teams both came into it undefeated. And now this is where they're first going to be bleeding a map. Whether it's on HP, S&D, it doesn't matter. These guys are out there gunning for each other at 110%. And I mean, Combine, nice small map. Rotations are so key. And I think if we get to see how fundamentally Call of Duty is supposed to be played, we're going to see a good matchup in general. So I always talk about how important the rotations are. What else is important apart from that?
Honestly, you have to have it comes down to individual picking the roles, taking up the roles they've been given. Some will play OBJ, some will frustrate on exactly the respawns. Literally just meet your roles, because looking at what we saw in the last games, some of the teams that were meant to have won what are obvious games just loses bracket.
Yeah, well, it's whoever plays best on the day, and we always talk about how important teamwork is, and these two teams do a fantastic job of playing around each other, especially in HP. It's one of the few teams, both of these teams are some of the few teams that we 4 players in the hard point at a single time. Normally you'll see one player at the back holding the spawns, another person roaming, getting those kills, and then generally 2, maybe 3 of the players soaking in. These guys often have 2 to 3 minutes of game time each, and here we go, guys.
Hard point identified.
T1 has
Frag out.
Let's go into the armor drop.
Hard point is ours.
Very open exposed hill. Who gets there first? Of course. Fair. 40 seconds left of
Hard point locked down. Hard point. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point is ours. Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point locked down.
Has got those spawns right now.
Hard point identified.
Very dangerous hill here. If you don't lock down early, if you manage to do it right, you can completely break away on the point, which is exactly Bear Clan's plan right now. They completely lock down all entrances and exits. Access denied for Stimpsy. This time, he tries again. Access denied again. Muji, the team leader for Paradox there. The man built like Lex Luthor. Cannot get into P2. 20 seconds left, and it's still all bare. But Stimpsy, for lo and behold, nothing left. No new story.
whereas people are heating up on the side.
Capture the objective. Hostile predator received. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint detected. Hardpoint locked down.
Off rotating early and holding steady predictably for his team. Obvious tactic there. Charisma comes to spoil the party. Danilo comes in as a backup as well. The man, the MVP for Paradox during the qualifiers, still trying to do the same for the team right now on the big stage.
Well, they're going to have a bit of a comeback to happen here, but 3 players will fall on this rotation, which means they are thin on the ground. Not many bodies to defend the hill. Eventually, Danilo finds 2 with that War Machine, but it doesn't matter. The spawns flip on out, and Bear Clan looking like a force to be reckoned with as they simply bully their way in through the front. It's just kill after kill after kill. Bear Clan unmatched in P2, going over to P3, still getting kills around the hill.
100-point gap. What are you looking at right now? What are we looking at right now? 30 seconds left on P2. This very claustrophobic room, firmly under the control of the Bear Clan. The contest comes through, but no one breaks through. The Bluetooth device will not connect. But one simple moment, Toxic tries to break through. Access denied once more. 18 seconds left. Will they choose to rotate to P3? I sure would. Seems like the obvious tactic, but Simsy still has something to say on that hill.
Well, you're going to be playing for scraps and new if you're on the shoes of Paradox right now, because you're on the back foot and backpedaling, some would say up crap creek without a paddle, as they need to lock in here, going to the next hill, and they have lost this rotation as well. Pretty much blown out of the water is Paradox, and this is not the team we are used to seeing.
Oh my lord, 100-point gap. I want to say I can see a comeback coming. It's possible, but it's a very steep hill to climb. Look at this. On P3 once more. Who gets there first? It's the Bears, the Blues holding steady. Muji will have a hard task of going through. Peeks through the window. Shreds to give himself some cover fire there. Cover fire coming in from his own. The machine pistol coming in clutch, but the death machine will drop him from VPEX.
Back to the specialist battle right now, and of course it's got to be Bear Clan coming out on top. Danilo does find a nice little 2-piece there, but again, a lot of single pushes coming through from the side of Paradox, and if you're running up against a brick wall, that being the setup of Bear Clan, you're going to get bullied every single time. Look at the scoreline. 100-point club for the favorites going in is not a good start to the series, but right now, they need to lock in, get that rotation down. They need to start playing together, because right now it seems like everyone on the side of Bear Clan coming correctly, playing correctly, but Paradox playing very, very scattered.
The only padlock that seems locked right now seems to be the Bear one, because 211, they're closing in on GG's, 40 points away from closing out the first map of the best of 5s. 65 points is where Paradox stands. Under 100 is so unlike them.
They are being bullied, and you can see more specialists to contend with. Every single rotation, they are getting enough kills to have one in the back pocket, and honestly, that has been the difference maker. Utility is so key in this game, and Bear Clan, they seem to have it down to a T.
The question had been asked for weeks now between these two giants of the game, these two specters in the game on the African scene. Who is better to start us off? It's Combine, the venue of this festival. It feels illegal to be watching this for free, because right now Bear Clan are answering that very question on hardpoint. 17 seconds and complete pandemonium on P4. 10 seconds left for this final hill. They definitely won't be the winning hill. It definitely might go to P1 to decide the winner for Bear if they can hold steady.
Well, they're going to have to, well, they don't even have to hold that steady. They could just get one break, but they managed to find a little bit of hill time there, but not much. But Maybe the side of Paradox is able to wake it up just a little bit here, but over to P1 we go, and it's about to pop on the hill. It is, of course, going to be Bearclan as these guys are trading effectively, getting the kills. Here's the setup. Mantra with another 2-piece. Nothing to be answered for. Another panic pop there in terms of a specialist coming out of Paradox, but only 13 seconds needed. Eventually a sigh of relief, but goodness gracious me, they need to wake up. I don't know what else to say.
If Paradox can bring this back, that might be the greatest single hardpoint comeback in African COD history. But they need to be completely ruthless from here on out, and Bear closing in on a victory. They can smell it, and they're not going to let that go, are they? No, 20 seconds left. They still keep pushing, fully sending, committing bodies to the line, to that very exposed hill. It does not matter. They just want the victory by any means necessary. It might fall to P2 to be that winning hill.
100%. Only 6 seconds needed for them. Eventually the kill feed goes yellow. They'll have to go for the rotation. But look at the heads-up play from Bearclan. They get that rotation down. Oh my goodness, I thought the turn and burn was there, but the rotational kills going the way of Bearclan. 2 seconds and counting. It's going to be game 1 going the way of Bearclan. Goodness gracious me. The question has been answered. Who's the better respawn? Right now, Bears are roaring on stage.
That was insane. That was a question so many people had. And I don't want to chalk it down to a bad day in the office for Paradox, but what was happening there? No, I don't know.
I think they're just as shocked as us. It looks like what was that? I feel like I'm in a fever dream right now. That was crazy.
I for the life of me cannot tell what went wrong. I can't. Okay, of course you can, based on the gameplay, but strategically, I can't see it. I mean, they're the perfect team on paper. They are built like war machines themselves. So,
nothing quite like a big old slice of humble pie.
Yes, which is exactly, actually, speaking to a few of the players there, your Mentos moment, the highlights of the game, showing exactly how Bearclan dominated throughout this hardpoint matchup. Dust. Literally dust. A convincing win if ever I saw one.
I must agree with you there. And again, if we got to be nitpicky, which I suppose is exactly what we do here on the Carters Desk, we got to talk about how there was so much more team coordination from the side of Bearclan. They were really playing around each other. You could see that they were trading effectively. They were even getting team shots well and truly accurate, which is something very difficult to do, especially on a fast-paced game like this. And then as a result, they were getting the kills, managed to snowball that all the way through to streaks and specialists on just about every single hill. And, I mean, you could do what you want. You could have the best game of your life. You could shoot as straight as possible. But you're not going to be able to swallow a War Machine grenade or a Tempest electrocution or the Death Machine bullet rain, you know, or even the Equalizer. It just feels as though they were one step behind at every single hill. Even when they were there first, they just got broken off of the back of utility usage from Bear.
The last big game we saw that started with the team losing on hardpoint saw them take S&D, but it was still a back and forth. Your thoughts here? What needs to happen for Paradox on Search and Destroy? Because they need this now.
They need to start playing together. They've got to get their comms down. I think at the moment, maybe they're feeling a bit flustered. Of course, going down 100 points is very, very tough to get that ball rolling. Maybe you just got to pick yourself up from the dirt. But we're going over to Kurahana S&D, which is the next map. And I actually don't mind it as an S&D map because there are so many angles, and we do actually get to see a couple of those snipers. So maybe we get to see who's got the better fade deliverer. Obviously, Mantra was the one to do it when we saw them last against Sierra 7. And I don't know, I think if I had to be a betting man, this is either going to light the fire underneath Paradox, and if that happens, it could be a completely different one, or this could have just been the final nail in the coffin, and they're just going to have to lick their wounds and maybe go down to the loser's bracket and play from there. But this is still only the first map. Maybe that was the wake-up call they needed.
Yeah, either way, Paradox remains Paradox. I firmly believe they didn't come to Nigeria just to get washed out like that. No. There has to be a plan in place for this, for a moment like this, which it happens. Bad day in the office. We can chalk it up to that. But now, how do you handle this? We're about to see that on Search and Destroy. Unfortunately for me, the venue is Kurahana, not my least favorite, but hey, it is what it is. We saw some stellar sniping on the last Kurahana game we saw, yeah? It was really epic, and now Search and Destroy, the venue, or rather Kurahana, the venue for S&D. This is Bearclan versus Paradox.
Well, we're loading in, and it's going to be first to the fray, and on attack, none other than Bearclan. So they have a slight disadvantage in that sense, because normally S&D is quite a defender heavy. Either which way, over to the sniping lane we go. Oh my goodness, we're looking for pixel angles right now. Yet to draw the first blood, though.
Yet to go on first blood. Who gets there? This matters in the matchup between two wolves. Let's just call them that. And it's Mantra who falls down to Daniello. They give way. Blood has been taken. Paradox claim it. It's a 4v5.
Well, I'm liking the mix and match of both positions and players here around the map from the side of Paradox, as they are just trying to be as thorough as possible, and that may pay dividends. But like you said, first blood has been drawn, so time now ticking. Just over a minute to work with the pressure beginning to mount for Bear Clan.
Bear Clan here to prove that even Thanos can bleed, and they're looking to take just that. Meanwhile, Simpsy, wait and see. Patience. It's not his turn. It's not his turn. Meanwhile, Eur, responsible for putting down that bomb. Where's this decision? But not this time. Gem drops VPEX. No trades coming in as of yet. No response from the Bear side.
Oh my goodness, we're going to be cutting people down left, right, and center. 2 versus 4 right now. There is eventually one trade coming out of the side of Bear Clan there, but they are on the back foot. But properly, actually, here comes the second. But of course, Toxic finds one more. 1v2 right now. Eur, the man to make it happen. He's may just do that. It's a 1v1, and now it comes down to the wire. 29 seconds to work with, and it's going to be Eur who finds 3 in the round. Goodness gracious me, just when it looks like they're down for the count, they rise up from the ashes like a phoenix.
What just happened, Trout? What just happened?
Blink and you'll miss it.
The comeback and the collapse in one sitting, in one round. How? How? You have superiority numbers, and now second round, does that affect them? Does that shake them in any way? Jam waiting in the wings, takes 2, but dropped by Device.
But the trade is there equally as quick as Simpsy is there to find another. And of course, they're just playing around each other. And this is exactly where we were in the previous one. A 2 versus 4. And here comes Mantra again, slowly evening it out. 2 versus 3. Toxic and Simpsy. And who's the last one there? Daniello. These guys are the ones to hold the line. Just over a minute to work with, a minute and a half, actually. Right now, pressure again back in favor of Paradox, Bear Clan. But like I said, you can never count these guys out. They managed to find kills when it seems pretty much impossible, and that may just be happening in a few seconds.
Looking at the thinking for Bear, it doesn't seem to be falling towards the side, or leaning towards the side of what? Maybe putting down the bomb? No, no, no. Protect yourself. Try and pick off someone, and even the numbers, maybe. That's where I'd be leaning towards, to especially facing up a one-man extra disadvantage, a handicap of this sort.
Well, bomb now planted, so that is going to be like a dinner bell for the side of Paradox, so they know exactly where the players should be, but they have to be careful here. You don't want to be single-chelling. What's this timing going to look like? Oh my goodness, catch this lead. Oh, lead pellets to the teeth is going to take you out to the next round, and eventually Paradox iron up when they need to, ice in the veins, clutch up, whatever you want to call it, and they get their own round here, 1 apiece.
Somehow I'm sensing the mood swinging the way of Bear in the arena. Somehow the Paradox side really needs to step something up. A few changes need to be made. They have registered their presence with a 1-round win, but Bears seem to be coming back on all the same. Ew. Tasked with putting down the bomb. They still need to do so. Waiting, waiting. Do not peek, Johnny boy. Do not peek. Nobody home to receive. Still steady. No one in a rush to make the first move. Just trying to gauge each other's movement. A bit of a move, trying to flank out. Will we see it? Muji falls to Mantra first. Proper snipe. The captain for Paradox goes down first. 4v5 is where we stand.
Well, it looks like slow and steady wins the race. Eventually we get to see a bit of utility playing coming through here, and that may just be the door kicked down. But we've seen this fall apart before for the likes of Sierra 7. What's going to look like now when Bear tried to execute? Well, now it's going to be quick and thick, right? And the shots are in, but not able to finish the kills. It's actually going to be Daniello who gets that ball rolling. 4v4, but they know exactly where the players are. Another one goes away, but the trade's equally as quick. 2v2 right now, as everyone is playing to the best of their ability. The bomb yet to go down, though, but it's got to be Germ who takes it out. Now, Device left in a 1 versus 2, making a 1v1, but it's going to go the way of Device as he finds the 2-piece. You can never count them out.
No, you can't. No, you can't. The Bears take a second round, taking the lead for the first time in the S&D series. Of course, they have the overall series lead with that win on Hardpoint, a very convincing one, and now trying to do the same by just breaking away on S&D. Paradox not going out quietly either. Trophies 4. Predictably so. Team captain on the other side. The info is out. Call out, of course, retreating slowly through the smoke. We plant. The bomb, obviously, they went to plant the bomb was depending on where Muji ran out to tell people. They're here, they're here.
Well, he would have been calling for help, but he gets perfect timing, but isn't able to find the kill. So right now, what was looking like a good play sort of falls apart at the seams as the trades are still there for the side of Bear Clan. Now left in a 1 versus 3 is going to be Jeremy. He finds the first, he finds second, almost finds the third. But of course, if there was ever a team to clutch, it's going to be the side of Bear. So now it is 1-3. I thought we were going to play ping pong with the score, but right now it's looking like it was a good serve from the side of Bear Clan.
PDX need to collect themselves right now. Paradox need to just calm down. Those calms have to be precise. They cannot afford to let this gap continue to get extended. The spray and pray long distance. VPEX catches Daniello on it. The XM4 automaton for him working well. Device on his SMG. The US9 will spray predictably. Nobody home to receive. On the other side, Charisma falls. The trades come through fast and quick as the bomb goes down. It's about to. Not yet. Not yet. Premature call on my part, but this time, yes, accurately, it is 40 seconds on the clock for Paradox, but they have 2 men to do that task.
Ain't no way you holding irons and you still lose that with a sniper. That is a tough turn of events. Now left in a 1 versus 4 is Simpsy. Someone once said, float like a butterfly, sting like a Simpsy, but you're going to need better timing than that as Bear Clan now beginning to sprint, where the side of Paradox, a little bit of a stumble, maybe even a crawl.
4-1, where it stands. As it stands, the trajectory shows Bear heading for a 2-round win in the series. Overall, it's looking dire for Paradox. You don't want to leave it in the hands of a full-sail reverse. That's a
reverse sweep is a tall order at this level of Call of Duty Mobile. But of course, maybe they just need to change the pace up a little bit. But Bear Clan, you guys are doing fantastically. Very little to be changed across the board. As right now, the talent is just speaking for itself.
Daniello trying to catch someone, anyone, nobody home to receive. The Tundra for the side of Bear still. It's Mantra waiting in the wings. Nobody to receive as well. It's a wait and see as EU finally peaks on the 2 on Muji. Mr. Lex Luthor himself does catch Muji, and Toxic will take a nice 2-piece for himself. Paradox register themselves into the field as Device added to the tally.
Okay, that was a bit of a definitive answer back right there. We saw the ankle breaking, got your legs from Simpsy as he finds a 3-piece in the round. And that was the first time in a long time where it feels as though Paradox actually were a force to be reckoned with on the map. But they need to be able to do that consistently, as right now these guys are up and down. They're hot and they're cold, said Katy Perry.
They need 5 more rounds of just that. They need 5 more rounds of that round 2 for them. That second round win for them. And now Simpsy took Charisma as the trade in. Charisma took Germ first. 4v4. Quick fast as the roles reversed. The roles traded through as well. Paradox now putting down the bomb. That responsibility falls to Toxic.
Oh, the timing was quite there, but not able to finish the kill. But another set of trades are going to come on through there. Toxic and Simpsy doing what they do best, evening up the life count now at 4-2. As, well, I want to say we could count them out, but that's never a possibility with Bears. These guys may be able to get some insane trades. They know roughly where the players are. Remember that we have changed from attack to defense. It's now a 1 versus 3. Mandra, the man to make it happen. Obviously, with that sniper in the back pocket, it could be a little bit saucy, and there he goes, getting the first one. Looking for the second.
The nightmare words, you're the last one, complete the mission. Doesn't seem to be working for him because he just took 1. Muji cools down, 2 to go. Daniello still hasn't put down the bomb. Take note, 50 seconds left. But a 2v1, not an impossible clutch. We've seen this before. We have seen this script before. Daniello, waiting. This info is out. He knows exactly where they are now, Mantra. What can he do about it?
Well, the one thing that you don't want to do is give this man single challenges, as he's going to capitalize on that every single day of the week. But right now, they have 2 angles covered and maybe a little bit more, but it's going to come down to the wire. As here comes the child, spotted out. But just playing their lives is exactly what you want to do. Oh, he almost gets the snap, but Daniello eventually closes it out. Goodness gracious, a little bit too close for comfort. By the skin of their teeth, Paradox find another round.
They're slowly finding their way back here. Exactly what they needed right now. Clinical, precise, a bit messy, but hey, as long as the win comes. 3-4 is where it stands. We go again. Simpsy is charged with the responsibility, but not this time. Mantra takes down Daniello. The The trade will come in quickly and swiftly. Simsy takes down Mantra. No comebacks for you this time, Mr. Charisma trades in with Simsy. It's getting very mixy here. 3v3.
Well, the bomb yet to go down, like you said, but it has been placed in a bit of a precarious position right now. And it is a 3v3. These guys are going to have to find a couple of these kills and potentially get a few more picks around certain sites. Guys, we cannot be as precise as we'd like to, but either which way, it's about to go down here. And it's still 4-3 right now, 3v3 in terms of lives.
Automaton in hand for AU, waiting patiently with that XM4. The man is lurking, cheater style. Just peek, peek. On the other side, peekaboo, I see you. Not this time. Jam still doing the same. The man on the Tundra, followed slowly and swiftly by his mate there. On the other side, team captain, Mr. Lex Luthor himself, Muji, holding steady. This 3v3 now boiling down to a proper hunt. This is literal hunting.
Yeah, it feels like we're playing hide and seek right now, as the timings have just worked out almost perfectly for both teams, but it's about to erupt in a bit of an inferno, as it's going to be Muji who draws the first blood in this 3v3. Now it's a 2 versus 3, and that should be a little bit more control in the back pocket here for the side of Paradox, which means the bomb should be going down, and it's going to be, who was that? Germ, who actually spots out the player, and here comes a Charles. He's going to get the headshot, but it's actually Device who is able to make it a 1v2 now. Bomb has been planted. Don't give him an angle. You give him an inch, he's going to take a mile.
This 1v2 not impossible to clutch. This is still down to Device. Ring a round of roses. Who gets the poses? They're all hidden. Just playing hide and seek. He now knows the info is out. Can he win the gunfight? Not this time. Lex Luthor evens it out for the Paradox side. Muji coming in clutch.
Well, that's going to be 3 rounds in a row now for the side of Paradox. All they needed was a change of pace, and they managed to convert that to a couple of rounds. But goodness me, it has not been easy. These guys have not been walking over their competition, as it has gone back and forth, often going down to a 1v1 or a 1v2. But over towards the next round, obviously still on attack is going to be Paradox. Maybe they're able to get that first blood again. But right now, it is close angles, playing checkers and chess. Depending on which team is winning, at the moment, neither, so they could still be playing the same game.
Paradox have clearly found their form. Remember, the score here was 3-1. We're now 4-4. It was 4-1. Yeah, you're right. It was 4-1. There were 3 rounds behind. They have brought it back. They have found their form, and now the full recovery begins now. Can they complete the comeback? Full sail reverse. Hoist the sails, Captain. You're a sailing man.
That's right. First mate. Pull up the lines, be ready to move. Hoist the anchor, and the first shot's actually going to be Mantras. He gets an insane flick there. First blood now drawn. Daniello sent to an early grave. 4 versus 5.
Oh my goodness, how do you go long on the HSO? That is criminal from AU. VPEX and Charisma add to the tally to try and take back their lead. Meanwhile, Toxic left alone to fend for himself. No response. The Bears take back the lead.
And that, I'm going to be honest, just the pace change there was completely different. They just tried to feel each other out for a little bit too long. Then the time pressure got involved. And all of a sudden, Paradox had to fly towards a site, but they couldn't get the break that they needed. And maybe that's exactly what Bear Clan wants, just to slowly bleed them dry.
Back into the fray we jump. This is Simsy. This is Toxic, actually, with the HSO giving chase. He was giving chase to Ayur. Meanwhile, he meets another 2v1 this time. The man has been walked into an ambush, but still holding his own. His prey managed to escape. He got back up just in time. They dropped Charisma in response. Jam traded in by Ayur this time round. The HSO from Toxic will not come into play as Ayur catches 2 for the price of 1. It's a fire sale. It's now raining Paradox 2v3.
Just overcooked a little bit there, maybe a little bit too aggressive trying to find those kills, and that may come back to bite them. It is currently a 2 versus 2 though. Muji finds 1, making it another, well, even Stevens a 2 apiece. Right now, bomb yet to go down. What is it looking like? It's going to be Vipex who takes out Daniello. 1v2 now. We are yet to see a clutch from the side of Paradox. Maybe this is the changer that they need. Give him the angles. Give him the snipes. He sees 1. But my goodness gracious me, it's still coming down to the wire.
The objective still not being met, but I think that went to the side long ago. He can't even get to the bomb right now. He's completely surrounded in the middle of a hunt. Vipex and Device stalking their prey. Meanwhile, Muji playing for the isolation. That's exactly what I do. Just get 1, and you can start the momentum from there. He's going to shift it. No, hit marker, counter snipe on his end. Going to give chase. VPEX gets the kill.
Oh my goodness, that is a chaotic round. Came down to the 1v2. Unable to clutch on up there was the side of Muji. Very close, close but no cigar, they would say. Either which way, one round away now is Bear from closing it out. So this is an absolutely critical set of rounds from the side of Paradox. Because if they go down here, they go down 2-0 in the series.
Correct. Which is going to be a worse way to be. Right now, the objective still falls to Paradox to put down that bomb. Doesn't seem to be going well so far because the last 2 rounds, they haven't managed to do just that. Toxic claims first blood. It's Device who falls. Good place for them. Germ recovers from that. Now a 5v4, one-man advantage, a one-man handicap for Bear. Can they capitalize the Paradox team? Bring this back. Keep themselves in the fight. Level the series. It's a plan here.
Well, they managed to get that ball rolling with the first blood, like you said, but they need to convert it to a little bit more. And of course, with just over a minute to work with, the time pressure, obviously another massive factor to take into account here, as these guys are desperate to get that bomb down and potentially add another player in the form of time.
Still, now it's down to a wait and see. They both slowed down the game. Oh my God, free pickings from Macho, who takes 3!
Oh my goodness, that is absolutely a potential, or the potential clip of the tournament right there. A collateral into a single, leaving it up to a 2 versus 3 right now. You can never count Bear Clan out, and especially if Mantra's got that sniper in hand. Goodness gracious, he's playing shoot the fish in the barrel.
Free pickings. How do you make that error? Muji now left to fend for himself. You're the last one. Complete the mission. He's miles from the bomb. Now, holding steady, he takes 1. The mat comes in, but VPEX comes in clutch. It's a Bear second round win. The series 2-0.
2-0, and I don't know about you and I don't know about the crowd, but Paradox is not playing how they used to play. But that is okay. 2 rounds in. Maybe it's for a little bit of dramatic effect. You never know. Maybe they're playing the long con. But on the side of Bear, these guys are playing such fantastic Call of Duty. Simply cannot be faulted at this point.
Look at me. Look at what S&D does to me. Look at me.
I'm at seen us. We were jumping around like mad things, especially when those snipes were like a centimeter off. So, yeah, guys, it has been a fantastic first 2 maps. Of course, both going the way of Bear Clan, as these guys are playing Call of Duty at a different level, it feels. Because, of course, going into this, Paradox was absolutely touted as the favorites. But right now, they have been knocked down a few pegs.
There are questions being seriously asked right now. You had a bold prediction. Whoever takes this series, takes this tournament. I'm going to hold you to that. Because
I agree.
One way or another, if Paradox do end up by theoretically going into the losers bracket and coming back, the vengeance story is on, isn't it?
And of course, guys, we have the Mentos moments for you here, where you can see these players putting up a fantastic performance, as it was just another good showing from the side of Bear Clan, and it was a little bit of a spark, a glimmer of life from Paradox, but they were unable to get consistent, and in a game that is as long as S&D, consistency is key, as they are down 2-0 in the series. I think that is a very, very bitter pill to swallow if you're on the shoes of Paradox.
Right now, finding yourself in a 2-0 in a series is a very precarious place to find yourself, especially with 2 tier 1 teams at play right now. This is the peak of African COD Mobile, and they have a hard task. Especially, it has to start with control. Again, from here on, it's do or die for them.
Well, I mean, at least they're going to a tried and true map, that being Raid, but I don't know. I think in terms of respawn and raw gun skill, the side of Bear Clan are absolutely firing on every single cylinder possible. They have yet to miss, and it feels like even their movement is on a different level, as they're able to swing head glitches, and get those kills, and then if they need to, they just throw a shoulder, wait for the backup, and then the team shot comes through. So it's very hard to critique the side of Bear Clan right now, as they are playing some fantastic COD. As a result, doing a good job as we go into Raid.
Playing it by the numbers. What do you expect? We expect the routine of going into B, get it first, the easy hill, and then commit numbers towards the hard hill, or either go for the gunfights. Am I wrong?
I think that is a very educated guess, but we're yet to see, because if I'm 2-0 down, maybe now's the time to throw the playbook out the window and absolutely try anything you could think of, as on attack, it is going to be the side of Bear, which of course we speak about Control being a very heavily defender-based game, but right now pre-nades reign true. Kobe to Kobe, 2 will fall, currently 29 to 28.
We start right out the gate. Responsibility for capping the points falls to the Bear Clan in the yellows. They choose to commit. Okay, look at this. The harder hill. Start on the harder hill. This is the A side by the swimming pool. They're going to spray and pray. The score now evened out lives. Commentator's curse. Of course, it drops down 26 to 23. They lose 3 in one foul swoop as Paradox capitalize on that mistake. It's the hardest hill for a reason. You could commit to the craziest plan and lose numbers.
Well, now you've got to be able to find these Paradox players in your spawn. They're doing a good job right now, stopping the bleeding, if you will. But here comes another player from behind. 2 more will fall, and you can see the life count beginning to bleed for Bear Clan, as we know how devastating the spawn trap can become. And like you said, if you've got to put all your eggs into one basket, you've got to be prepared for them to break.
And breaking they are, because the A basket doesn't seem to be paying off right now. They've quarter-way locked it, and the B side as well, quarter-way locked. But beyond that, they're bleeding lives faster than they can afford to lose them. 80 to 20, 17 to... Of course, commentators, because whenever you call it out, that's when they keep bleeding them out. 3 in 1, gone.
I thought there was going to be another one of those where they come back when you least expect it, but then the streaks and the kill feed just lit up blue, and the trades continue to work out here. Another 2-piece for the boys in blue, as it is just, like I said, the attempt from Bear Clan to stop the bleeding. 28 seconds to work with. They have found 2 ticks on B, which is very crucial, but of course, they're down 18 to 9 in lives.
Both hills halfway locked. They stopped the count. 28 seconds left. They have to stay in there. Stop that clock, or at least get 1 point completely locked. Extend your lifeline by 1 minute and 20 seconds. They're about to do just that. How did they turn this around? No, they didn't.
They got A, and then they have extended it by 1 minute. But here comes the pressure from the side of Bear Clan, rather from Paradox. They need to get out of their spawn. Currently a 4 versus 14, but the kills are still potentially there. Remember, it is only 1 tick that they need. And a lot of the time, you need to get onto the point. 2 versus 13, starting to look a little less likely. Bearing in mind, if you're a mathematical man, they have 5 ticks in the back pocket, which is extremely useful when it comes to that round 5. Obviously, the team with the higher amount of ticks gets the defensive round. Of course, if they are even in ticks, it comes down to kills. And right now, Paradox actually shooting back a little bit.
This feels like a family feud. Survey says Paradox on the board now. They've registered their presence. Look at this. The Mentos play of the day. Here's your highlights.
Now we get to see our first round of specialists being popped, and it's just like that the explosives reign true. 3 will fall, but eventually there is a little bit of a respite for the side of Paradox. They get a couple of those kills, but they are yet to get onto a point. Both of them are contested at the moment. A still up for grabs, but you can see Muji in the spawn with that death machine. Doesn't shoot anyone except the reserve of his ammo. And now they are down 3 lives, and they're yet to get onto a point.
Yep. And now this is starting again. The responsibility to cap the points falls to Paradox. 20 lives to 25. Now they're the ones bleeding lives. 19 to 25. Faster than they can lose them. They chose to go at the A site as well. What's happening? The crazy plan doesn't seem to be paying off this time.
Well, normally you got to back yourself up to get those ones, but right now they may have done just that, as 3 will fall from the side of Bear Clan. That is the opening on B that they need. It's just a year, but he has done a good job to slow the push a little bit further. He has as Charisma as well. But still, no one really taking assertion here around the point. As I say, that cost is curse. It is all up to Charisma to make it happen. He gets taken out. Muji finds a 2-piece, looking for the 3rd. The pre-fire is in, and on to B we go.
Oh my goodness, they've brought it back. They've evened out the numbers, but they need to stop that clock. Keep an eye on that clock. 28 seconds left. They cannot set an inch off any hill. They go off 2. They commit to the A side still. They commit to the B side. Quarter-way locked. They're going to spread the Bear Clan side thin. And this is Toxic claiming and collecting here.
I respect the child out of the hills. He's going to keep that ball rolling as Paradox eventually waking up a little bit here, and that's going to be the 2nd ticket A now secured. 12v9, and now it is actually looking a little bit dire for the side of Bear Clan, as unlike normal, it looks like the attackers are going to be spawn trapping.
Can we do this? Can they really do this? Can they start the resurgence? This is Paradox. Can they bring this back? They just might. If they hold steady, they remain clinical, the streaks will come into play. The Pred will, from Toxic, catch his mantra, and now a 9v3 can extend their lead. They're 3 lives away from extending their lead. VPEX comes in the Annihilator, which can can do proper damage. They need to put him down now and now.
Well, they need to find these players in the spawn as well. 6v3, and that caused a panic pop there for the Annihilates. But now a 3v5, no more respawns. Feels like we're back in the S&D. 56 seconds to work with. Now you got to clear your corners. I know where one of the players is, but they need to be able to take him out. As now the pressure is mounting for the side of Bear Clan. Just under a minute to work with. How are these gunfights about to go? Right now, slow and steady wins the race. Clear your corners. Captain Price would be sad, but the trade is instant. And now it's a 1v4. Bear Clan still in this. Not quite. Paradox, 2 rounds of the control.
Finally, they are starting their resurgence. The team touted as the Thanos of this tournament. They have drawn the attention of the rest of the 7 teams. They are all gunning for Paradox, and now Bear, with a chance to do so, are losing control as it stands. Daniello starts right off the gate with a War Machine. A point to be made here.
Well, right to start off with the War Machine, only to find one as it's answered back by a Tempest. But here comes the Death Machine, not going to be worth much, as it's actually the Spectre that shoots a little bit quicker. Everything and the kitchen sink now being thrown towards Cash, trying to see if they can deposit those winnings as the trades are thick and fast. 26 to 26, but the first tick found over at A. So unlike the side of Paradox, it looks like there's a bit of assertion being shown here over towards A by Bear Clan.
By the numbers, look at those numbers. The KD right now telling the story. Muji this time holding steady and heavily for Paradox. Meanwhile, on the other side for Bear, it's Charisma, predictably so. That was just by the numbers. We expected that from him. He does what he does. Meanwhile, now to the game itself. 26 lives to 21. Still the objective, holding steady. It's the responsibility falling towards Paradox to hold the line and defend. Mantra and company from Bear have taken the A side successfully and fast. They still have the life advantage. They set their sights on B.
But here comes that spawn trap that can be so devastating. 18v18, no ticks found, and here we go into the spawn. Lambo is no cover for you. They may be expensive, but apparently they can be shot through. But still, it looks like Mantra is going to be able to push his way up onto the map here with the help of Ayor. But okay, again, we get to see some more specialists, and now the panic comes through. The kills working out for the side of Paradox. They are looking to make a statement here, like you said, but there's still a lot of time and still a lot of lives to be worked with as now the full reset is in. They breathe a sigh of relief, and here comes some specialists from Bear.
I don't think Paradox want to extend this beyond this round. I think Paradox want to close this now, but they need to be clinical, and they're not being just that. Meanwhile, Bear have learned their lesson. The dice 12 apiece on each side. It's now trading off. It's quickly turning into S&D right now. To heck with the objective, it's actually turning into a search and destroy. We're quickly going to find a point where we can't respawn anymore, and now that's Paradox claiming 3-1.
It's just Charisma, the last alive. He gets taken out. He did manage to take 2 with him to the grave, but it's currently a 9v7, and into the spawn we go. This is where it gets a little bit dire, as you have to be able to keep your head on a swivel if you are the side of Bear, as you do not want to give up too much map control, but in the same breath, you need to be able to get onto that point. 1 tick found for them, and here comes the push, but a nice little bait switch almost working out there, but it's going to be none other than Germ finding 1, but the trade instant. Still, if you can play trade for trade, you'll come out on top if you're on the side of Paradox. But look at the mid-map play. Fantastic from the side of Bear Clan, but it's going to come down to the wire as it's currently a 4v5.
It is now officially S&D 4-4, 4v4, straight by the numbers, straight up for the gunfight. No more child's play. Mantra claims Toxic. Now A3, 2v3 in favor of Bear Clan. Daniello, Simsy, waiting the wings, 2v2, Annihilator in hand. This could be clutch for Simsy. He can close this out for Paradox now. Ring a round of roses. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. He misses. Not this time. Charisma falls. It will be a 1v2. Coming in clutch. Mantra left to hold the line. Is Paradox back in the fight?
You can see they're feeling it. Everyone is starting to come alive. I get to hear that crowd a little bit more. But goodness gracious me, why did we wait till the 3rd map?
They promised to give us a show. They promised to give us a show. And that they have. It fell down to the wire. I mean, come on, Paradox.
Well, it's currently 2-1 in map count, like you said, and it was a 3-0 in the control. So maybe that is their bread and butter map when it comes to that game mode. But we're going back over to HP on Slums. And oh my goodness, I have seen that Type 62. I think it's a Type 62. That absolutely
shreds meta right now.
People down, especially on P1, because you have that little bit of elevation. And I have seen Daniello do some absolutely
Your
insane
Mentos
things.
moments coming in now. What do you see? tell us. Just call us now because I need to catch my breath here.
I see a team that started to work together. They started using their utility a little bit better, and they didn't overcharge. It came out once or twice where you could see they started to overheat a little bit and then push into the spawn maybe a little bit prematurely. But other than that, Paradox actually playing some clinical Call of Duty in general, maybe a bit more control. This is what I was talking about. Toxic actually finding this three-piece, absolutely monumental play for the side there, and that may have been the difference maker, and it came down to it in the end, but still not the blowout like the HP was. It came down to maybe a 2 versus 3 or a 1 versus 3. Either way, both teams showing that they have a lot of tenacity and there's still a lot more COD to be played, because if this is the momentum that Paradox is going to be carrying into the HP, we may be seeing that Game 5.
A Mentos moment worth watching in all its glory, because we see a team determined to stay in the fight and prove exactly why everyone fears them. Everyone, I want to say hate. It's a strong word, but it's what we've been getting. It's not exactly friendly right now.
You talking about Paradox specifically or
Paradox specifically?
Okay, Paradox, yeah, I mean, they don't do a very good job for themselves. They sell a pretty hard sell. They came in here, you know, like a large appendage in the locker room, and right now they're going to be able to back that up.
I mean, you saw the video, the hype video that went on the Carry1st page. Muji, the team captain there, was not mincing his words. It was heavy. He talked smack because he could afford it.
And well, that's what he came in with it, right? That's how they've been playing before. And right now, Bear being that dark horse that are absolutely proving their worth in gold right now in terms of plays, in terms of insane individual plays.
Yes.
I mean, who finds 3 with a sniper? Well, it feels like it's every third round from none other than Mantra. So it is absolutely the clash of the Titans. And only in game number 3, that being controlled, do we see the side of Paradox wake up a little bit. And maybe that's what they needed. Now they're like, okay, cool. Now we got the long con going. Now we've got a good game on our hands. But again, this is all speculation. It's all going to come down to slums.
If you're just joining the live stream, this is the Carry1st Africa Cup, your official African qualifier for the Call of Duty Mobile World Championships. You're watching Paradox Gaming versus Bear Clan. The series now 2-1.
2-1. Finally, Paradox actually getting back into the game like we just spoke about. And I'm not sure what the map picks were in terms of the vetoing, but the maps were. First one was Combine, Kurahana, Raid, Slums, and then if we run the distance, we're going to be going over to Coastal. And S&D has been so hit or miss for the side of Paradox, it feels like. So if we get that distance, we're going to need to see a different Paradox side altogether. And I'm pretty sure they are feeling the pressure. We are feeling the pressure.
Yes, we are.
And the crowd getting behind Paradox a little bit more towards the end of that game. But I want to hear from the crowd specifically. Who do we think is going to win? Can I get a cheer for Paradox?
We're not doing that. We want to hear you guys speak. We actually want to hear you guys. Can we get a cheer for Paradox, please? Okay, the Paradox side came to play. Can we hear the people for Bear Clan now? Okay, equally loud. Can we hear you guys say cook? Cook! Cook! Okay,
well,
let's go.
We're here in Lagos, Nigeria, and that means no Wahala as we are going into the next map very, very shortly. It has been a good set of Call of Duty so far, and I want to hear your prediction. Do you think we're seeing that Game 5?
I do. Based on what we've seen on that control alone, Game 5 is coming. It can come, and now we're going to find out, it's hardpoint again. The first one didn't go so well for Paradox. Maybe they've learned their lesson. Maybe, just maybe. We're about to find out. P1, very exposed. P2, not exactly. It is a breakaway hill. It's a very locked down early hill. P3, well, we're about to find out either way. We start off. This is Slums. This is Hardpoint. Bear Clan versus Paradox. Take us away.
Well, they're going to have to get something a little bit better than dying off the rip, as Bear Clan is here to prove a point, getting a couple of those kills, getting the initial bit of time, and in and out we go. But having said that, the answer back almost immediate from Paradox as they eventually actually get a bit of time, and they are getting the kills to add to it. But it is trade on trade on trade. Eventually, the side of Paradox coming out on top. But remember, we're going over to P2 next, and we know how important those rotations are. 34 seconds, and I always say this, 20 seconds is a lot for P1.
20 seconds, yes, it is a lot for BR. Right now, 13-6 is where we stand. It's a lead for Paradox, but a thin one, but a lead nonetheless they can appreciate. Meanwhile, that has just evaporated. Now control of the hill, falling the way of Bear Clan. They take it back for the final 15 seconds, but who rotates first? This very vital P2. Locking this down could be the difference between completely going away. Oh, yep, it's the yellows. The Bears rotate first. They're getting there first. Look at the minimap.
They are there first, they get the close spawns, but here comes the push from the side of Paradox, and it's going to be trade on trade on trade on trade. 3 seconds to go before the hill becomes available, 4 points, and they know that there is at least one player on the back, but Ayur hiding in the corner. The dumpster rat is in, he gets one before getting traded, and here comes the Vice on the back end, has to make another play, and he does exactly that. So, back spawn secured for the side of Bear Clan, and they're going to be able to feed off of that. Having said that, it does look like the kills actually might work out here for the side of Paradox, as Germ is still last alive, and eventually evening it out, it's going to be the side of Bear with the majority of time here.
30 seconds left on this hill. Plenty of time for the breakaway. And now the Blues, the contest comes in. Complete pandemonium in there. Device dropped by the alley with the back alley there. He tries to gun through. This is Charisma breaking through. For a second, the contest still in there. Not plenty of scrap time gotten by either side. The machine pistol coming into play for Ayur, which he uses to come in clutch for himself and the Bear side. Meanwhile, rotations. Who gets there first? I see rotating early. It is the Bear side still. They're early to those points, aren't they?
They have rotated early both times round and have been broken both times round, as now the lead's still not very far. And this is where we get to see how impactful some specialists can be, as Charisma and Device simply take out the entire side of Paradox, absolutely stopping that first push dead in the water. And now the pressure is on, as they can just waltz Matilda their way in and maybe get a bit more pressure on the hill. But now the trades have to be perfect. Eventually, it's going to even out. Now, 2v2 on the point. Still, another 3K going the way of Bear Clan, as they have just taken the lead.
The Preds come in, raining hell, catches Daniello. Daniello again caught by Charisma, fresh off the respawn. That's an unfortunate way to go. Freshly respawn and a Pred comes through. That's to spoil the party, but still, it is Bear holding steady in the hill. Right now, P3 firmly for the yellows of Bear Clan. Meanwhile, Paradox trying to rotate early this time. They've learned their lesson. They're trying to go straight for P4 right now. Left it completely. A few numbers, 3 guys to attack at P3. They're not breaking through at all. Bear still holds the line for the final 5 seconds. P4, it's all blue, but can they still maintain to try until it unlocks, actually?
Well, they're going to need to do something right now, and we spoke about how important those specialists are, and at the moment, whichever team pops the first specialist, gets the kills, it goes their way in terms of hill. Look at them continue to roll these kills left, right, and center. You just need a little bit of a cushion. Almost ripping him off the heady there was Toxic, but he gets taken out. But still, 30 points between these two teams, absolutely close and contested, unlike the first HP. But back and forwards we go, streaks rain across the map, and all the players from Paradox will fall.
90-57 is where we stand. 30 seconds left on that P4 hill. Very enclosed. Now the trophies will come in clutch for everyone. The Bears corner to corner packed. The death machine, the spray and pray predictably firing. Toxic barely able to duck through this one. He didn't get past that. It's still holding steady for Bear. The contest comes through on the other side. The flanks came through. This is Mantra, who cleans house. Solo Dolo doing what Mantra does, but loses that gunfight. Final 10 seconds. Still holding steady for Bear as they hit 100.
Well, now there is a full hill between these two teams. 60 points, like I said. So right now, these guys are going to have to play some perfect HP. That being Paradoxes. They need to start finding their footing and getting traded a little bit less effectively. But for everyone, it feels like there's 2. Cut off 1 head and 2 shall appear. They should just be called Bear Hydra Clan.
Yeah, smart. I'm going to steal that one. Now, again, P1 unlocks again. They could use this to break away, but I don't see that happening. This very exposed hill is ring around of roses. Could be anyone's poses. 40 seconds left on this hill. And it's now swinging either way, either or side. But 65, literally a gap of half. 60 points left to catch up to Bear Clan. Not impossible by hardpoint standards, but it's a lead nonetheless that Bear Clan can appreciate.
100%, and they are going to be riding that lead all the way over to the rotations, and eventually we get to see Simpsy with the equalizer in hand, trying to equalize these scores. But still, 20 seconds to go. 3 players will fall from the side of Bear. Finally, a bit of stabilization coming out from the side of Paradox, but still, Bear Clan here have that lead, like you said. They can be used as a cushion. They may be able to get that ball rolling here, unless the trades are quick and thick. Exactly right. Look at those spawns, though. P2 now being played for, and of course, Paradox or not of course, actually a bit of a change. They are there first.
90 seconds on 95 to 127. What am I saying? I'm so flustered at this point. P2 again. Who gets there first? This time, Paradox have clearly learned their lesson. They're in P2 first. But can they lock down the back alley? That's a vital break point. I see someone holding a Sparrow. Can they clean it out? It's still falling the way of Paradox, who finally hit 100 and are closing in to catch up. And that was the Bear side. Completely cleaning house. The War Machine from AU just catches jam. But Mantra will claim 2 on his own. Muji comes through with a Death Machine to retaliate, and the contest comes through. Complete pandemonium on P2, not extending hill that I expected it to be. It's anyone's hill at this point with 20 seconds left.
Another 2K coming out there from Germ as these guys are getting infectious on the map, but still the breakers in 21 to 30, that being 121 and 130 as these two teams are neck and neck. From the front we go. If it's not working, you got to try and get in at any point you can. 20 seconds between these two teams. Rotation is in, and just like the first set of rotations, Bear is here first. And remember, they have one singular specialist to work with, unlike before where they had, it felt like the full Monty.
Oh, Trouty, look at this. What's all this then, sir? This is P3 unlocking. Bear getting there first. It's VPEX waiting in the wings corner to corner as Paradox try to catch up. Access denied. The Bluetooth device will not connect us successfully. This time the yellows for Bear still holding steady. And how are they turning P3 into a breakaway hill? This is so exposed anyone could come off either side.
Well, it just feels like there's a very, very static push coming from the side of Paradox. And they're being absolutely reaped. Their souls in HP being taken downstairs as these guys are unable to break the hill. And another full 60 on the horizon here for the boys in yellow. Here comes the push. Single pushes will be the death of you, and if you continue to do it, you're just going to keep feeding streaks, feeding specialists, everything not going the way of Paradox. And now they have increased that lead again to another 40 points or so. Scrap time now going their way, rotation coming through, and it is going to be as mixy as ever. Eventually the first kill comes in, second is almost there, the Type 25 rings true as eventually slow and steady. 40 points between these two teams, but a lot of specialists to be worked with, and now it is going to come down to P4, back to P1. Goodness, I don't even know what to say.
Trout, agree with me here. This is going down to the wire. This is nothing like the first hard point we saw. Paradox have clearly learned from their mistakes. Well, the Tempest coming into play from Jeremy here. I'm nearly choking. Take this one, please. I can't go on with this one.
Well, again, we get to see the counter pop there from the War Machine. Not able to get more than 2, but here it is actually going to be all 3. No trophies, no problem. It's going to be Iyo who makes it happen with the Hunter Killer drone. He says, fine, I'll do it myself. Now streaks being called in. It is just raining hell. 30 points between these two teams. And a good 20 seconds left on this hill. Rotation is going to be oh so key. Remember, Muji still has that death machine popped.
Rotations. If this was a Dora the Explorer episode, this would be the word of the day. Can you spell it with me now, class? Rotations. They get now back to P1, right where it started. Poetic justice. This could be the hill that takes us to 200 now. Closing in on GG's. Both teams evened out. 195. Bear barely hanging on to that 195-point lead until this hill unlocked.
Well, barely holding on, maybe a bit of an overshot there as these guys have managed to win that rotation. But as I said, that the caster's curse reigns true, and 3 will fall, and into the site we go. Now, and a potential lead change on the horizon, unless the side of Bear continues to throw their utility, get their shots. And at the moment, it is a contest on the point. Maybe just going to work out here for the side of Paradox. It does exactly that. Now, like I said, lead change absolutely on the horizon. But we get to see that rotation coming through. Chaos on the mid-map right now, and it's all going to come down to it. Eventually, here comes the push, but the kill's still working out for Paradox. As I say that, device finds 2, slowly stopping the bleeding both ways.
Trouty, take note, since you started talking, the Bear Clan never got past 195. Meanwhile, on the other side, Paradox managed to play catch-up. This time, P1 being the point that's the change maker. P2 not exactly well-locked hill we expected it to be. It's anyone's hill at this point, and now they're closing in. It's even Stevenson for the first time. Paradox, who gets there first to P2?
It's going to be the side of Bear, and this is where all it can end, as it is only another 35 seconds or so needed for the side of Bear Clan, and they continue to hold the line, getting aggressive. Eventually, it's going to be Toxic who makes it happen, but you can see every single specialist roaming away from the hill right now, trying to slow that push, and you can see the pressure's on. 25 seconds and counting. Here comes the flood. The flood is in. 3 will fall. Make it 4. Paradox kicks the door down. FBI, open up. I've got a war machine.
The war machine coming through, kicking doors, taking names. They're about to play catch up. This thing is going down to the wire. Make no mistake. Can they hold the final 20 seconds? Not this time. Bear Clan, spray and pray. The Sparrow comes into play. It's VPEX still holding steady. Can they close in GGs on this? It's a highly unlikely. It might be down to P3 as the contest comes through. Close it out, Trouty.
Oh, they've got to get the scrap time here, but they have to be able to win this rotation. It's going to start with a little bit mixy. 2 will fall, and it's only 13 seconds. Make it 3, make it 4. It's coming down to the wire, but the spawns flip on out. At the moment, Bear feeling the pressure. Oh my goodness, it feels like a Saturday night out. There's so many smoke clouds on the map. Oh my goodness, 4 will fall. Back into the point we go. It's coming down to 11 seconds and counting. The counter rate has to be perfect right now. Back and forwards we go. Contest is not there. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Who's close? Simpsy's in for the contest. He's going to find one. Looking for the second. Not able to find it. He does exactly that. But the contest is still there. It's going to be Bear closing it out. 3-1. Oh my God.
You talk.
Oh
my God, you said that arena. I saw guys in chat dare say that this arena is quiet. How dare you say that? Listen to that crowd. Come on.
Man, oh man, that came down to the wire. It was backwards and forwards, but of course, the blood has been drawn. The Titan Paradox can bleed. 3-1 is the map count.
Look at what this game has done to me. Look at, I lost my hairband.
Yo, we're
man.
falling apart at the seams right now.
Wow.
This is insane. This is insane. The series is now level. The series is now level. The series is now level, man. This game is taking every bit out of me. I don't believe this.
The series is not level. They just won.
Wait, hold on.
Are we watching the same game?
Oh, no, wait. Bear Clan took the series. Oh, my God. What am I saying?
No, 3-1. That's
it's
why
3-1. Yeah, what
why
am
it
I
came down
saying?
to it.
Oh, my gosh.
You need to lock in, Ravi.
Yeah, I need to lock in. I'm done.
Oh, okay, that was a fantastic game either which way. Bear
Hold
Clan
on, yeah,
showing
Bear
that they
Clan
are
won,
the
yeah.
current reigning supreme force. As they have been able to take down the Titan of Paradox, especially in the respawns. It got a little bit mixy in the control, and by that I mean they got stomped in the control. 3-0 was the call. But again, it's just the simple things that'll be your undoing if we're being honest.
And right now, okay, this was something else. That was peak Call of Duty, absolute cinema. And we're going to now kick it over to the stage for the interviews. I don't believe what we just saw. Back to you, back to you, petite talker.
Hi, Eugene. We really did not see that one coming, did we?
No, we did not. No, we did not.
We did not. But we love it because that's what we're all about here. One team gets to go home with the money. How are you doing today?
Very like.
Wow, where did that energy come from?
Jalopy.
Okay. Okay. So how do you feel right now? It feels great,
Very
right?
exciting, yeah, like very like exciting to be honest. But like yeah, it was like very awesome, very intense. Bro, like the games were like very hard at the end. You saw that.
So what's that play out where you kind of like scared of like, oh my God, I think it's gonna get me. I think it's gonna get me. Who?
For me, bro.
Yeah?
Is what's it called? What was it? Nah, bro. This Muji guy gave me a hard time like at the last game. Bro, he got me like 10-1.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So who are you looking forward to playing against on the next game?
What are we going to play against? I don't know. Like
You don't know? But
No, we don't know.
if you would love to play with another team, who would that be?
Bro, I don't like my friends are in Sage.
Okay,
Yeah, my friends
Sage.
are in Sage.
Okay, so they should be scared right now because you're coming for them.
No, they're my friends. Come
They're
on.
your
nah.
friends.
They're my
But at the
friends.
end of the day, one team gets to go home with the money and also represent Africa on the global stage.
Yeah, bro, it's very exciting. Bro.
It is exciting. At the end of the day, we're all one, right?
Yeah, like, bro, come on, dude. This is like nice people tonight.
Yes, of course. Oh, I'm excited to see you. What you have to say to everyone watching you right now?
Like, I hope you all enjoyed it. There's still like a round 2 coming up tomorrow. So like, hopefully there's more to come.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, bye. Okay, now we are going to talk to the captain of Paradox. We didn't see that coming, did we? You were all rooting for Paradox. What happened now? All right, now we're going to talk to the captain of the Paradox team. Okay. Put your hands together for Paradox, guys. It was a close one. They almost made it. Hi.
Hi.
Remember you told me, we're going to win this. We're going to bring this home. So what happened?
You know, the nice thing about comp is that, like, anything can really happen.
Yes.
But it's not the end.
It's not the end, right?
It's never the end.
I love the spirit. So what do you have to say to all your fans that have been rooting for you and waiting for you to win this? Because almost everyone here thought you were going to bring that home.
Nobody ever goes undefeated, but that doesn't mean that we're taking a loss.
I love that. So what team are you looking forward to playing against?
Looking forward to playing everyone, really.
Okay.
Everybody is a competition. Everybody's a learning experience. What is there not to enjoy at the main stage of Carry1st Africa Cup 2025?
Okay, thank you so much. Give it up for Paradox, guys. Yeah, thank you.
Fresh the everyday with Mentos Gum. Yes to fresh.
Mobile World Championship qualifiers, our very first time going to stage 5, and this is stage 4. And man, we just saw an amazing game, PDX and Bear Clan. What do you think about that, man?
Carl, I mean, it was absolutely electric. The crowd was going wild. I'm sure the stream was doing equally so. We saw Bear Clan, a team from Egypt, obviously not able to show themselves last year due to a minor unfortunate DQ. And PDX, we know they've been the heavyweights of the African scene for a couple of years already. Separate players obviously coming together for this Carry1st Africa Cup number 2. But Bear Clan showed them who they truly are. It was insane place. I mean, we hop onto that first HP map. It was 250 to 65, if I can recall. Surgeon Destroyer obviously in favor of Bear Clan. PDX had a lifeline and a light at the end of the tunnel there, coming into the control, you know, bringing one round back. But that last hard point on slabs, I mean, neck in neck, you know, tantalizing stuff. Absolute pandemonium plays in the hard points. And Bear Clan found themselves increasing themselves in the winners bracket, while PDX has dropped down to the losers. So Lifeline has been eliminated, but man, what a way to witness that series. It was absolutely amazing, Carl.
If you told me before now that for some reason PDX are going to go down to the lower brackets, I would legit fight you. I would say, come here, and we're going to fight. But I mean, I saw the first hard point. I'm like, I saw 250, 80 something, I think, and I was like, I might be dreaming. This is not real, you know. And then we went to S&D, and oh my God, let's forget that. Because now we have the Love Wars once again. Ghana versus Nigeria, or a 2-3-3 versus the one and only Eclipse Gaming of Nigeria. So the Ghana Jollof Wars are back here, and whoever wins this, of course, is going to get the bragging rights of course, who has the better jollof rice. But again, guys, look at the maps and modes there. Apocalypse Hardpoint is going to be our very first map. What do you think about that?
Apocalypse Hardpoint, such a fantastic Call of Duty map, you know, bread and butter map, the traditional 3 lanes. We've witnessed one encounter earlier on the game that we essentially casted with Eclipse Gaming versus Delta Esports, and I mean, Eclipse had total control of that map, so they do have experience going to that. And I mean, yeah, close encounter with Delta Esports, obviously that series ending on a 3-2, and Aura had a clean sweep, 3-0 over nondescript Ugandan champions. And I mean, let it be known, each of these teams are champions of their own respective regions, right? So they are the superheroes, but Ghana advanced to take on Eclipse Gaming. They are the current Nigerian team in the winners finals, you know, carrying that Nigerian flag high. For all the people here in Lagos, we are in the lovely city of Lagos, obviously Nigeria. That is where the Carry1st Africa Cup number 2 is hosted. Carl, your hometown. I'm absolutely loving Nigeria. The people are so friendly, and we are about to get into the swing of things. Carl, we have Apocalypse. It is Eclipse Gaming from Nigeria taking on Aura 233, the Ghanaian champions. Had a poor showing in last year's Carry1st Africa Cup, it has to be said. They are here for the redemption arc, Carl. Let's get straight into the mix of things.
Here we go, Apocalypse Hardpoint again. You need to think about that P2. When you're trying to play P1, you need to make sure you have the P2 spawn on site. You can't lose it. You need to dominate this map literally on that P2. But now, so far, first kills are going to come through. ECL are going to get the very first round of kills here. And now the P1 also counted in their favor. And if you're RO233, you don't want to start bad up against ECL.
No, for sure. 11 points and counting in favor of Eclipse Gaming. Kills are going left, right, and center. Obviously, P1 being a little bit of a messy hill, it has to be noted. 40 seconds remaining. P2 is extremely essential to get those spawns, it has to be said. We're going to need a lot of good anchor plays, you know, a lot of good call-outs and methodical plays. Hustle there with the 2-piece. The man is an absolute beast. He's been around the scene for a good couple of years, and at the moment, Carl, we're all tied up with 15 apiece.
And they are tied up. This is literally too close to call, and eventually P1 is going to run out of time, and you need to make sure you get that peak spawn. Look at that mini-map so far. It looks like it's going to be Aura having a little more map control here, as they send a lot of players towards that spawn, and we also have players on next one. Saigo and Saver, Devil, Time, and Coco are going to find value, as they are going to clear that hell and potentially flip out the spawns, and now you see Aura spawning opposite the actual hard point.
Yeah, for sure. Aura 233 spinning on the other side of the map. In Narnia, as we like to say, is Eclipse have total control. They have the spawns. Aura are in a bottleneck situation, trying to flood right through into that cave, trying to hop onto the hop up, but just unfortunately unable to make any dent in the armor of which it is Eclipse Gaming.
Sunflower there. Next time, double kill. Aura are going to once again have the hard point time locked in for themselves. But make sure you want to make sure you're stuck in the hard point time. You want to get things back on par here. Maybe even go and get that lead for the rest of that P2. And now the contest comes to you. Demo finds the double value there. And now they are not going to take it. He's still playing colors. And now time as well comes in. Able to get value for this side. Eclipse Gaming, the 50-point mark now very close. Eventually, though, he needs to get that P3. So rotations are going to be on the comms. The players are going to have to rotate eventually. But Eclipse Gaming are having the scrap time on hold. And Aura are still trying to contest for some reason.
No, for sure. Aura's still contesting that scrap time. You really wonder to yourself, when is it essential to be pushing such little amounts of points? And Eclipse first on P3. It has to be noted they have been able to set up equalizer by Coco, been taken out there by Ruin. Ruin has been the saving grace for the Ghanaian team for a good couple of years. A lot of people's idolo, as we like to say. And finally, the sparrow by Demo. Demo was doing damage against Delta Esports earlier in their first encounter. He is enabled his inner Legolas, but gets taken out there by Dad with the Type 63, an absolute beam of a marksman rifle, and Vector following suit there with the Death Machine equipped.
Now the War Machine and the Death Machine, the rescues are going to come out to galore. It's going to be P3 here so far. The 74-point marker now. Demo and Dad are going to find value from themselves. But right now, trying to get the contest, gets a double kill. Demo now in their spawners. He's going to get shot down finally. To Eclipse Gaming on the 78-point mark. It's going to come to a stall. There's 26 seconds and counting down for the rest of that P3. But you also need to get P4. And look at Vector go absolutely taking out a double kill there. Might get triple, backs it down. This crowd time is going to be locked in for them, about to hit the 100-point mark, but 91st, as now they need to make their way to that P4.
P4 is about to spawn in. We do see Eclipse Gaming now nearing that 90-point mark, as you mentioned, Carl. It seems like they have total control right now of this hard point, but once again, hard point obviously being a respawn mode, first to 250 points, 60-second rotations on each hard point, and there's a lot of time to come back. Aura 233, they need an answer. They need to reply now. They are currently double the points in the deficit, but we are on board with Coco. Coco currently camping in brown, should I rather say, managed to pick up the second, but Gamki, should I rather say Babushka, enabling the trade there. Dad with the Kobe straight after mid, and it looks like once again Eclipse Gaming have control of P4.
100-point mark now finally locked in for them. They are going to get there fast. Aura now, War Machine Ruin. He's going to be able to get the very fast kill. No, he hasn't. Might just get it. War Machine is still there for him though. Now Aura are going to get that P4, 30 and counting down the clock now. Now ECR, it's all blue on the kill phase. Now they try to make their break finally, but Aura are still there. No contest found, and now Demo in time, able to finally get that break as easy as they possibly can. 107.49, War Machine Dad. Investment now comes out. Very fast kill found. Hostile is going to fall. The War Machine doesn't get any more value, but it's still there. The Busher coming suicide. Coco on time are going to find a lot more values, but again, the Eclipse Gaming so far, their map control has been a lot better. And now you are going to open up another P1.
For sure, the hard points will now be reset. We're going back to P1 side of things. Obviously, a very open, highly contested hill. A lot of avenues that you're able to have to watch. Your players must be methodical in terms of the lanes they need to watch. We do see now Eclipse Gaming essentially almost enabling 30, I would say 3 times the points of Aura Gaming, and the slaying department is absolutely phenomenal. Dad with the 19 once again, time 17, 18 for Coco. It looks like the slaying department is there and it is ripe. On the other spectrum of things, Carl, we do see Game McGee. He's having a little bit of a slow start, unfortunately not being able to get into the rhythm of things, but once again, Aura has been able to essentially spawn to P2, so hopefully they'll hold down the spawns and the IGL will make the necessary calls.
And so far, it looks like the Nigerian guys are going to be far ahead. It's 130 and 64, literally above now, double the lead for them. As now the P1 so far, equalizer, Coco gets a double kill. It's still in hand for the man. Make that a triple, Gangbei falls, and now they need to go next. Make that 4 for Coco. Absolutely shredded through the players. 142, and now they need to make their way to P2. But Aura are going to have that spawn first. So if you're Aura now, you are heavily behind. You've got to spawn this time though on that P2. You can get a full 60 there, but you need to win every gunfight you possibly can.
They sure do. We do see Hustle with the massive 3-piece X-Info in hand. He manages to make it at a 4. The man is on an absolute rampage. He's trying to do his absolute most for the team, but we have Dad in reply there. Time 63 picks up the 2. He is on a rampage. He does spot out Babushka there. I think Equalizer has been enabled. It would be able to be a massive capitalization if you're able to take out that operator kill. Aura 233 currently fully on the kill feed. We do see now Eclipse has managed to push their way through Tunnel Carl. They've broken that brick wall of Aura 233 and trying to keep that Ruin with the massive War Machine. Carl, follow through.
Look at that. That was a triple, literally. And now he falls. But again, the hard point time, the contest still there. Aura now trying to get the strap time locked in. But the boys in blue are going to fight back. And they are going to get them strapped out once again. Back to that spawn. They have the better spawn. They have the hard point time. And Hustle comes in. But he's going to get shot down there. So back to a respawn. It's 163 against 80. Again, double the lead here. Eclipse Gaming so far. Total map control. Total spawn control. The gunfire is going to look like it's totally in their favor now. As we make our way to that next hard point.
100% Carl. Eclipse Gaming doing absolutely everything that you need in fundamental Call of Duty Mobile at the moment. We are rotating now to P3, which is just underneath that bridge. Interesting hard point. There's a lot of, once again, avenues to be able to break those essential areas that your teammates should be able to watch. We do see players trying to come on the flank. There is a war machine that's been activated, but we do see now Dad managing to pick up one with that war machine. Game be just trying to hold down this hard point, but the force and the presence of Eclipse Gaming are currently just too strong for that of Aura 233.
So far, the Ghanaians are just not finding any value whatsoever. But now P3 again, Eclipse going to get there first. All the gunfights are going in their favor. And now Gangbei trying to maybe go through the back there. Sees one player, time 4, see that smoke. Gangbei finds him. It's 194 Aura are finally going to get that break. But for how long can they hold it? Demo comes in, Ruin gets a double, might get a triple, Pushko takes a double as well. And Aura finally are going to get some hard point value. 91, scrap time locked in, but now time, as I go and see that, the Jinx comes through, cast his curse, 200 mark locked in, Eclipse Gaming 200 now and counting as they need to start going next.
200 points and counting in favor of Eclipse Gaming. It just seems like an absolute mountain right now for Aura 233 to be able to climb. And we saw Carl, essentially the entire kill feed, just Eclipse Gaming, just raining blue death from the Gents of Nigeria. Claw has been activated by Gambi. He manages to pick up one, but unfortunately does not able to take that up. But once again, Eclipse Gaming, complete full slay. Aura 233 is spawning out cave side, once again enabling themselves, unfortunately, to be into that bottleneck situation, pushing down into P4.
G16 101, it can't be farther than that, can it? Eclipse Gaming so far have proven they are a lot better, and Aura struggling to find whatever footing they can on Apocalypse Hardpoint. 225, Demo now with Equalizer, or with Spyro rather. Coco's Equalizer finds a double kill, looking for a lot more maybe. He hasn't fallen, but Aura coming, but Pushka takes a double, takes a triple through the smoke, but he does not find 4 as he falls. Eclipse Gaming still though, 228, but Aura, can the Aura farm and get the rest of that scrap time here?
Currently negative Aura in terms of we see them, but Ruin, operators have been called out. Carl Ruin picks up the 2, goes for the pre-fire, unmanaged to pick up the play. He almost commits suicide by himself, but the movement is insane with the man, the king of Ghana, doing the most for his team. Dad picking up once again on the return, 228 to 13 points, Carl. We are going back once again to the third iteration of these hardpoint rotations. 228 for Eclipse Gaming, 113 for Aura. All in favor for Eclipse. We can see the Aura team is flooding this hardpoint. Smokes, tacticals, frag grenades, everything is just being lobbed into the hardpoint at this moment, hopefully being able to pick up a kill.
Back to P1 again, and now Aura so far are trying to make sure they contest every beat of the point they can. War Machine, Dad. Proper timing, maybe gets a double through that smoke. The man cannot be stopped. A lot more, maybe. Oh my God, make that 3, Dad. Somebody stop the man. 228. So far, contest still there on P1. Make that a 4, a quadruple. Dad, Eclipse Gaming. This might be the hard point for the win, but Aura are still contestant. It can still be anybody. This game absolutely dead right now. First kill found. He's gonna fall. Also finds him, shots him down. Ruin comes well as well, and Aura are finally going to get that break.
Aura finally trying to etch their way back into this game, Carl. It has to be noted with only 14 seconds remaining. P2 rotations are so essential. We know that as a money hill, right? You hold down Temple, you hold down Cave, and essentially no one will be able to break that strong forts of yourselves. But we see kills going left, right, and center. There are score streaks are ready to be utilized, as well as operators, Carl. That will be the clutch moments going into the ending final third of this match, potentially.
Now we're going to P2 again. Don't forget, if you don't get P2 first, it's going to be so hard to break. Eclipse Gaming have it now. Swans are locked in. The gunfire. Look at the kill feed, man. Just 349. Counted me. 250. 134. Eclipse Gaming are going to get the very first map in a best of 5. Wow. The Ghana Jollof Wars versus Nigerian Jollof Wars are still on.
Obviously, the Jollof Wars go in favor there of the Nigerian team for that first map hardpoint on Apocalypse, Carl. I mean, what a fantastic showing for the Gents from Nigeria. It has to be said, home ground advantage, home soil. They've got the crowd backing them. The boys are backing them from Eclipse, Carl. I mean, fantastic gameplay. And in your opinion, Carl, what do you think Eclipse did right going into that first hardpoints on Apocalypse opposed to Aura 233?
If you go back to that map, literally, you can literally see them. they were able to rotate first, and even when they did not get there first, they found a way to break the hill so easily. It looked like it was a walk in the park. The gunfights was a lot on their side. It literally was team chemistry at its peak. The call-outs were insane. The operator skill timing, Dad with the war machine, that man, Coco with the equalizer, Demo with the spiral. Those guys, the timing was impeccable, and that's exactly what led to them getting the whole win. And again, the Mentos moment, guys. Tiano, walk us through this.
Mentos moment, baby. We love to see it. These are the best gameplays, essentially, of the match that we just witnessed. We see Babushka. We see Gemgi. They were doing the absolute work on the opponents. I mean, fantastic games, it has to be said, from all round of the players. Good showing, good gun skills, but the operators, as you mentioned, Carl, I think were the deciding factors in this game. It has to be said, great utilization, great activation and timing. We usually see a lot of scam plays when players activate their operators and they are unable to essentially get any of those necessary kills when using them. I mean, operators can turn the tide of the game. It has to be said, it has to be noted, we've seen it happen multiple times.
And now we're going to S&D, Search and Destroy. It's one of those modes where before the game today off for Eclipse Gaming, we did say they had really weak S&Ds, but we saw them today, and oh my God, did they absolutely cook? They did lose it. It was so close. They had so many good moments there, and I just think there's a very big chance that Eclipse Gaming might just be able to get this whole thing 3-0. But Aura, they have to wake up. There's a lot of stake here. I mean, they've come so far. The winners bracket round 2. You don't want to fall down now. You don't want to go down now. Mind you, there's angry teams like Series 7 and PDX down there. Nobody wants to face those guys right now. So, Aura, this is it. They have to tie things up. It's a best of 5. First to get 3 maps wins is going to win the whole thing. Eclipse Gaming, good start, hard point 1. But now, if you're Aura, you've got to tie things up on the S&D map.
No, of course, Carl. Just obviously give themselves a lifeline again. You don't want to go 2-0 down in a best of 5. Really puts you in a terrible space and a back foot. But Aura 2-3-3, I mean, they've got fantastic players, right? We've got Ruin, we've got Sunflower. They were doing amazing work during the Ghanaian online qualifiers, essentially helping their team, to get that victory. But right now, Carl, we are on Tunisia, Search and Destroy. This is map 2 of the matchup between Eclipse Gaming of Nigeria and Aura 233 of Ghana.
Let's go. Finally, guys, fight V5. And again, well, not so far. Nobody overcommitting whatsoever. You can see the mini-map there. 4 players are going for the A-bomb. Only the 1 player in blue staying back on that B for Aura 233. And for Eclipse Gaming, that is the responsibility to get the bomb down. He's got to plant it soon. There's a lot of time on that clock. Still 1:35. And nobody has fallen. So very slow start. Safe gameplay from the round 1 here.
Definitely a lot of patience gameplay, and ladies and gentlemen, let it be known, we cannot be too descriptive, essentially where the players are pushing as they are on the stage, and they might be able to hear our comms. But with that being said, we do see now it is Ruin has been taken the first blood. That obviously gives an advantage to Eclipse Gaming. They have been able to plant the bomb. They are the attacking side on these things of Carl. We see a massive snipe there from Hustle. The trade comes in from Time, taking away his time, Carl, and we see a huge kill feed going on down there by Coco. The trades are coming in by each team respectively, and we have a 3 versus 1 situation in favor of Eclipse Gaming. Sunflower left in a very, very tight situation.
And 1v3, and yeah, you called it. He's going to forward that to Coco, and the very first round is going the way of Eclipse Gaming. Mind you, they have 1 hard point, so they've won 1 map, and now they've also won 1 round. So if you're Aura 233, you're probably in panic mode, but again, it's just the first round. You have to lock in, get your head back up high, and come into this game swinging. You have to, you've been pushed back to the wall, you've got to come back swinging. It's now they're going to a round 2. Nerds are going to get thrown, Tacticals are going to get thrown, back and forth just come through, and Coco finds 1, Vector finds 1 more. It's a 2v4, as Aura are going to lose numbers. Turns out they did not come out swinging.
No, definitely not 2 versus 4 situation. Obviously, Aura once again in the back foot, but Gambi managing to just eliminate 1 more player, hopefully getting towards that 2v2, trying to tie things up. Ruin, Tundra in hand. The man is an absolutely beam machine. They are on a specific bomb site, but once again, the bomb has been planted by Eclipse Gaming. We do see the players following suit onto that B bomb site, and they have decided to go for a specific route, essentially, hoping to catch that of Eclipse Gaming off guard.
And that's a 2v3. They don't have numbers though, but they just need to find a way to make it work. Bomb has been put down. So what you need to do now is get that bomb defused, maybe get 3 kills with Ninja, but now they go together, and that might be a mistake. 1 kill comes through, the trade finds him, Gangbei now, it's a 1v2, the hit markers find Dad backs down, Gangbei backs down. This is going to be a very time-wasting strategy here from Eclipse Gaming, and no matter what happens now, they've won that round, 2-0, round 3, here we go.
Here we go. Eclipse Gaming currently 2 rounds up in the Search and Destroy, Carl. And I mean, let it be known, these players are playing essentially for their extra lifeline in this winners finals, right? And one step closer to that elusive prize of that $7,500. I mean, the prize pool has been amazing, and essentially the ultimate prize of representing an African country at the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship 2012. Carl, we are on board with Eclipse Gaming. Once again, the attacking team, they have decided to engage in one specific site.
Now, 5v5, nobody has gone down, so a lot of smokes are going to get thrown to that bomb. Nobody has found any value, though. Dad here, the XM4 in hand, very fast planters. Now, they make a full 4-man push there. So was the E-bomb, and the bomb also does come to, for them. So now if you're Aura, you have numbers tied up. All you have to do is make sure you hold your nerves down, boys. I go and say that Ruin is going to fall first. And mind you, Ruin's still on the donut, the puff, and hasn't found any values, man.
Puff enabled Ruin. We are sure that he has the capability and capacity to be able to be the turning factor for Aura 233, but 5, or should I rather say 4 left alive for Eclipse. It is a tough mountain for them to climb. They're completely split up. They are busy slaying opponents from each side of these avenues to be able to push him. Babushka finds the first. Will he be able to push the second? But with only 10 seconds remaining, I think he decides to rather tap out of this engagement. Carl actually gets eliminated. You would think perhaps he should have rather played his life, just to accumulate those score streaks. It will come into a big clutch moments towards the latter of the game.
Right, the fun fact is now, are we going to see 7-0? Because so far, it's been 3-0. But again, we've seen Eclipse here before. They always start really well. They start S&D so well, and then at some point, they start to choke it. So if you're Aura now, you've watched them play before, you've watched their VODs and all of that. So you might be counting on the fact that, Eclipse Gaming, they start like this, And we have to capitalize on the fact that when they get the lead, they get comfortable, and then you have to now walk on that. But so far, so good. Aura, no values found, 5v5 on this round 4, and Bomb has not been put down. But as I go and say that with a plant, Sunflower, the Gotnade, Coco falls, it's a 5v4. Eclipse Gaming don't have numbers, but the Bomb has gone down.
Bomb has gone down. B-bomb site. We do see now there is players flooding from certain directions. The call has been made. We possibly should have been made sooner, and those players rotated. But hustle with the Kobe over onto Demo, managing to pick up that kill. We do see Dad with the return on Gabby. Time managing to take up a Babushka. Sunflower with the return on Time, and it is a 2 versus 2 situation. We do see now Vector managing to pick up the second. Will he be able to end this one off? There is an engagement there, and he does. That is a 3-piece for Vector, managing to give Eclipse Gaming another round, making it 4-0 in this encounter, Carl.
Yeah, I don't know what to actually say. It's 4-0. It's not looking like the jinx might happen again, where they just, fall off. It's 4-0. It's literally 4-0. We might have to wake up now to reality here. R233 so far, they've not been able to find any value. And now round 5, it's now or never. They have to find their very first round. You can't let this go on. Eclipse Gaming so far, they've had the dominant, gameplays. They've had the gun skill in their side. If you're Aura, you have to fight back. And now 5v5 again. Nobody has gone down. The nades are going to get thrown. Flashbangs are going to get thrown as well. Nobody's still falling. Bomb hasn't been planted this time by that. So a lot of time on that clock. Aura, what are you going to do?
Aura currently trying to just make a kink in the shield of that is of the Eclipse Gaming. We do see now gunfights happening, no connections being made. The Vector and Coco show is busy holding down the mid-map. There's massive gunfights happening on that B-bomb site. That is a 4 versus 2 situation. Finally, in favor of Aura, Carl, it has to be noted, will they be able to finally get around on the Search and Destroy?
I mean, look at that. Coco finds one hustle now behind him, able to get that trade there. It's going to be a 2v1. Demo left her, 1v3 rather, and Demo falls. And Ruin, finally, Aura are going to get there. What we did say, it has to be now. It's now or never. And they finally get their very first round. So now they have to capitalize on this full time and just keep the momentum on their side, the ball in their corners. Now we make our way to a round 6.
Round 6 and loading. We do see now Aura finally being able to get some momentum right into the mix of things. Now we do see some wall shots, or I'll say wall bangs coming into play. Hopefully just getting some hit markers, some information. There is engagement sounding. That is Time and Coco being able to take out 2. Sunflower with a massive reply, equaling things out. 3 versus 2 situation. Sunflower being taken down. Demo lost of life with the Tundra. Sharase, Vector and Demo against Ruin. He finally has those 3 kills, Carl. He's off of the donut. He decides to just obviously select a certain route to be able to maybe just play for a couple of picks, maybe just play for certain bomb sites. And we do see now, Carl, that the bomb is currently being planted by that of Eclipse Demo.
Now, Rillen's going to get put on notice, has to make it towards that bomb side. Maybe a ninja defuse, but, it's very unlikely, man. Pros don't fake, but you need to find a way to make it work. But it's a 1v2 here, Rin, a sniper and an SMG in hand. He can make it work. If anybody can, it's got to be the Ghanaian goat Rin. Now, makes that slow walk in. There's two players on opposite sides of the wall there. No matter where he checks, they might find him if he slides in, but now, strafing, crouching and walking in. The time going out and Rin goes in, finds one kill, but of course, the man behind him able to get that trade. 5-1, 1-5. Eclipse Gaming are going to further extend their lead here.
They sure are 5-1 in favor of Eclipse Gaming. Fantastic setup that they had there, just each other watching across the lane. If you get traded, don't worry, I'll be able to clean up that kill. We do see now, defending team has swapped over to Eclipse Gaming, that being the attacking team of Aura, perhaps in favor of Eclipse being just able to sit back and hopefully defend those necessary bomb sites. Flashes, tacticals, nades have been thrown in, hopefully to make some contact. Dad opening the first blood, once again a ruin with that Tundra. Demo follows suit on Sunflower. Coco turning on Babushka. Hustle finally able to get a reply. It looks like there is just all she wrote. Dad with perhaps a collateral. I did not see his POV.
A wallbank collateral, I think. Was that a wallbank collateral? Oh my freaking days.
I think it could have well been Carl, but we'll wait for that later in the Mentors play of the game. Carl, 6-1, back foot Aura. What do they need to do to bring this one back?
Tiana, if you're watching what I'm watching here, Eclipse Gaming so far, they've been dominant, they've been better. The gun skill has been in their favor. The map movement, everything has literally been spelled out. Eclipse Gaming's map. Aura 233, sorry, for struggling to find any value whatsoever. And now it's round 8 here. It's 6-1. If you lose this round, it's DJs and Coco able to get the very first kill there. It's a 4v5. They don't have numbers. Bomb is going down off of Babushka. They have to bank on that, plant the bomb, have the passports, and maybe, just maybe, they can win this round.
Passport has been accepted. Bomb has been planted on that B bomb site in favor of Aura. We do see some stun grenades coming over Kobe, the building, and no information potentially given by that one. Players are just waiting patiently to be able to make a break, to be able to hop in and engage, to make that break. It has been seen. Dad on the trade there with Hustle, Sniper v Sniper, missing shots again. Oh gosh, just like that. Time makes him his son. Victor is able to clean everything out. And Carl, we do see now Eclipse Gaming.
They're body shooting. Let's freaking go. I leave for that. I literally leave for that. Body shoot more. 7-1.
7-1. Eclipse Gaming complete map number 2 versus Aura 233, up 2-0 now in the series. Carl, best out of 5. The gents are cool, calm and collected. We see Dad there sitting in the middle of his team, the IGL, the big man, taking a sip of water, feeling refreshed. What an absolute domination, it has to be said, by Eclipse Gaming. Carl, I mean, run me through your thoughts, brother. That is insane plays.
I mean, a total I just saw Chad. I just saw total destruction. That's it. Aura 233, no value found. Hard for him there, not for them. S&D 7-1. No, not 7-2, not 7-3. Literally 7-1. And now, now it's a best of 5. It's a best of 5. And now, Control now, I mean, it's looking really grim for them, Control is a mixture of Hardpoint and S&D. You're either, if you could not play S&D that well, and you are absolutely got owned on Hardpoint as well, man, I don't know, man. Control right now, it's looking very grim for them. I don't think there's lots they can do. But again, we did see that against PDX and Bear Clan, where Bear Clan winning Hardpoint by a mile, S&D as well, and then we see PDX go and take the control. So this might be a rerun, Aura might just be able to wake up finally and take that control, maybe even potentially for the map 5, get the map 4 as well, potentially go to that map 5, and maybe a reverse ship. You can never tell.
100% Carl. As we saw earlier, obviously, Paradox, you mentioned, did come back versus Bear Clan. So it's never over until it's really over, right? And Aura 233, they definitely have the potential. They are the kings of Ghana. They have all the talent. They have all the checks, essentially, for fundamental Call of Duty Mobile. I mean, if there's anyone that you need to be looking to now, it is Ruin, right? He is that main player for the team. He needs to step up now with all his experience that he's invested throughout the years of this game and help his team turn things around. But Eclipse Gaming at the moment are too strong, Carl. It is insane what they have been doing today. Essentially, we thought they've came in as the second-ranked Nigerian team over Sierra 7. We're finding Sierra 7 in the losers bracket, and Eclipse Gaming are flying high in the winners bracket of this tournament. GG's to them.
I don't know. It's, again, Control. Yeah. This is it. It's a do or die. You can't lose control if you're Aura. I mean, you've lost Hardpoint, you've lost S&D, man. You can't lose control. you just cannot lose control. It can't happen, you can't let it happen. And from what we've seen so far, the gun skill department has clearly been Eclipse Gaming. And now the Nigerian Jollof Wars against the Ghanaian Jollof. I mean, you guys on chat, you guys at the land here, you guys already know who's going to win that. I'm not going to call them, reverse shifts happen, but so far from what we've seen, it looks like the Nigerians, my guys, we've got the Nigerian Jollof loathing, and we're going to have a lot of that. I mean, you had Jollof rice, didn't you?
No, Carl, to be honest, I don't think I have.
Oh.
So I'm looking forward to.
I'm going to give you today.
I'm looking
We're going to
forward
buy that for you.
Lof and Gary, brother, let's pour it in. We're ready for it.
Again, man, control, guys. Control. This is it, guys. Aura 233 so far, they have to represent Ghana, All the Ghanaian teams out there that could not make it here, due to those guys being the best, they are representing a whole region of Ghana, so they have to make the Ghanaians proud. You can't go out like this, Eclipse Gaming. You need to try and potentially force that map 4 and maybe, hopefully, even the map 5. So far, so good. Control is going to be our next game mode.
For sure. We have, obviously, Control coming up, Carl, and we know that could be the swing of things. Either Eclipse Gaming will sign things out, or it will be the lifeline for Aura 233 to make an outstanding comeback, right? We saw Delta Esports versus Eclipse Gaming. It was 2-1, and essentially we saw it go all the way to a map 5. So map 5s are not foreign currently at this tournament, the Carry1st Africa Cup 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the winners round 2, essentially. So we've been blessed with such fantastic games, such tantalizing games, obviously straight beams from each player. We are at a LAN event, so every player is playing on LAN on the same NS. There's no MS disputes or complications, and they are all playing on the Samsung S24 Ultra. So there is a clean playing field between all the players, Carl. And I mean, Carl, what's your opinion on, obviously Eclipse Gaming being essentially the number 2 contender in Nigeria and finally having such a great showing here at this LAN event?
Man, to bring you guys back to what happened a couple weeks back, the Nigerian regional finals. Eclipse Gaming played the upper bracket finals. They lose in best of 5, 3-2. And then they, we qualify again for the lower brackets, and they play the grand finals, and they lose 4-3 to Share 7 again. But now you see them, they're the only Nigerian team on the winners bracket. But now, guys, leave that talk as we make our way into Control on the map of Take-Off. It's going to be Eclipse Gaming, Aura 233. One last stand. Can Aura wake up, or is this goodbye?
Aura needs to wake up, Carl. At the moment, it could be Aura 233 taking off into that losers bracket. But we now see engagements going left, right, and center into that middle catwalk section. Coco doing amazing right now, just playing patient. And as well as that, they are trying to filter through to that B site just to be able to get out some ticks. But Ruin, he does have the Type 63 in hand. We've seen prolific pace with that marksman rifle, really getting that straight beams at the moment, Carl. All things currently tied up at 24-24 piece.
And 24-24, that said. And so far, mind you, the flags have not been stepped upon by Eclipse Gaming. So that's one thing they cannot neglect. There's not a lot of time. Finally, one tick now on the flag here. They need to get the second one. I think they are going to get it now. Yes, they do. And now they need to get the third tick locked in as well. And there's no contest for Aura 233. So Eclipse Gaming, this is going to be theirs. B flag, totally captured. And lives as well are ridiculously close. At 19-20 Aura so far have not been Aura fun. But as I go and say that, they are going to find value. And it's going to be all blue on that. Kilford Aura finally might be coming to life here. And they are going. They cannot be stopped. Coco comes in now. It's going to fall. And finally time, it's going to be the one Eclipse player to get on that Kilford.
And we see Aura change it up a gear here, Carl. They've managed to get some momentum. 18-10 kill department in favor of them. And currently Eclipse Gaming just starting off very slow regarding their 2 previous wins. Aura about to bring this back. Potentially we will see a reverse sweep of the series. The way that they are playing now, Carl, they are firing on all cylinders at the moment. Only 5 players remaining for Eclipse Gaming. Make that 4 versus the 13. Eclipse still have to catch that A site, which I think is going to be a mountain of a molehill for them to be able to do so.
And 12v3 Aura are going to get the win here, no doubt. Can they choke it? The answer might be no. And of course, Sunflower takes time down, and it's a 1v10. If you want to clutch this, you have to go full on God mode. And as I go and say that, the caster curse, Coco is going to fall. Aura are going to get the very first map. Wow.
Finally, Aura 2-3 have been able to make an impact. We are currently on Control on Takeoff. round 2, essentially, of this control. Aura in favor at the moment. We do see now players, tacticals, frags, once again, smoke grenades being lobbed over the buildings. Players have done the necessary homework to make sure where those nade spots essentially are. We do have now Eclipse opening up the kill feed. It is currently all yellow. Sunflower with the return. Demo, time has the Tempest at hand. We love to see those lightning bolts electrocute the opposition. And Carl, at the moment, Eclipse Gaming finally have favor in this round of control.
24 and 28, they are going to have flash locked in, so they need to go and bank on that one, no doubt. The flag capture so far, Aura have not found any value. You saw that happen last time out at Eclipse Gaming. They started slow, they had no captures, then they went and won foul swoop and got the whole B flag. But Aura so far, they've been kept in their spawns. Lives are not closed. Lives are in favor of Eclipse Gaming. So if you're Aura now, you need to break out spawns and you need to eventually start stepping on those flags. And that's not something they look like they can do now.
Definitely not. Eclipse Gaming finally turning things around in their favor. We do see there are a lot of operators, Carl, that has to be noted, and score streaks ready to be used. Obviously, players will be able to determine when it is necessary and hopefully turn the tide of things. 12, 19, 27 seconds remaining. No point has been captured. It has to be noted. Aura 233 have to make some clutch plays now just to open things up, but just like that, Demo deletes 2 players from Aura Gaming, unfortunately putting Aura on the back foot once again. 18 seconds left. Carl is looking rather grim for them.
8v14 now. The Annie comes through for that. That might be the coffin, the nail in the coffin rather. First kill found, make that a double. Yes, I jigs it. Rude fights him and shots him down, but double the lives in their favor still. Demo pulls down the death machine and also takes a double for the trade. Babushka falls. Time finds him. It's a 4v10. Aura do not have numbers. The time is almost gone in their behalf. It's a 2v7. Sunflower falls. Gangbei falls. Eclipse Gaming are going to tie things up. 1-1, round 3, here we go.
Round 3, here we go. Eclipse Gaming managing to tie things up 1-1. And at the moment, Carl, it's anyone's game in this control map, right? I mean, we saw Aura 233 take the first round. Eclipse Gaming with that clapback. They are on fire at the moment. Aura 233 do respectively open up with the 2-piece ruin. War Machine. We do see now those missiles coming out through from the young gentleman. He manages to pick up the 3rd. So fantastic, as well as a suicide there, kill by himself. But the kill feed is currently all Aura 233. Eclipse Gaming need to get some map position before they can stop hopping onto those respective sites.
And as well, Babushka comes in. Very fast kill found, but the trade finds him as well. He's going to go down. 27 and 20 players there. The lives are so not close. Aura, the damage has been done for them. Reno, the very vital LE War Machine investment there, definitely set the pace now. And so far, flag captures again are not existing for ECL. They're not capturing flags. The A flag empty, B flag empty, not a single tick made. The time is running not really fast. So what are they doing? Aura have the lives by 10. And if you're Eclipse Gaming now, this might not be your round.
Surely is. We see a strange turn of events happening at the moment, Carl. We see one team obviously dominating specific ground, and in the next round, they're falling short of things. So it looks like it's anyone's game at this moment. 40 seconds remaining. No sites have been captured. We see once again players coming off spawn, throwing in tactical. Sunflower managed to pick up the... Make it a 3-piece for Sunflower. And at the moment, Aura is eliminating everyone from Eclipse Gaming. 18 and 7. 30 seconds remaining, Carl. Eclipse Gaming, are they able to make an impact with the remaining time left on this map?
17v5 now. Eclipse Gaming do not have numbers, mind you. The flags have not been captured. Now they are trying to get the ticks locked in. A actually make that B. One tick about to get locked in a little bit more, and now they do have it. But again, 3 more players. Can they make it work? Make that 1 more players. They all fall in one foul swoop. It's 2-1. Aura have the lead again. And mind you, every round has been won on the defense. So maybe this is a defense take-off map for these 2 guys.
For sure, Colin. We all know at the end, the final round of things, if it does get to that length of the game, the attacking team essentially with the most kills will get the favor of that defensive round. So right now we have Eclipse Gaming on the defensive side of things. They were able to win the first initial defense of their own selves. Smoke grenades have come in just to block off some lines of sights. We see Time hopping down off that platform like Batman, it has to be said. Demo with the Sparrow, Legolas enabled, almost committing suicide, but managing to just narrowly get himself out of that sticky situation.
27, 25. Lives are very close, no doubt. Time on that clock, 58 and counting downwards. Eventually, you need to step on those flags. If you Aura, the A flag, Bushka trying to get there, but Hustle's going to get shot down first. But Bushka falls as well. 22 and 23. Lives are very close, mind you, but you need to start capturing. If you Aura, you've seen this script before. If you don't capture, it eventually comes back to bite you in the late game. But now the Andy goes for that there. Might find value. First kill found. Sunflower goes down. A spawn trap now might be happening. Might get a double. Yes, he does. That's literally that. Equalizer as well for Coco. And they are going to be kept in their spawns. Aura, no way out. Spider-Man, no way out. Literally, as they can't leave that spawn. 12v20. Eclipse Gaming are keeping them behind.
No, they sure are. Eclipse Gaming slaughtering that of Aura in their spawn. Finally, Aura managing to just break free from those chains. Trying to make an impact now this game, Carl, but it seems like it's a little bit too late. 7v17, 19 seconds remaining. Currently, this map is in favor of Eclipse Gaming as lives are just diminishing from Aura. What a massive turn on there by iHustle. Is it a little too late? We will just have to wait and see. He does have operators being able to be utilized, players perhaps saving it for potentially the next round.
They've got 4, but I don't think they want to use them now. It's 2v10, so might not be the best time to bring these things out. But again, D-Tempest comes off a Sunflower, finds the 1 value, and now it's going to 4. Might be even a wasted one, but again, it's a 1v9. Eclipse Gaming might tie things up here. I don't see a clutch whatsoever. Gameplay there. One player beside him does not check his corners. Oh my god, check your freaking corners. 2-2, round 5, the deciding round now. Again, every round has been won on the defense. So, Aura, now they are the ones defending, or rather, am I wrong?
It seems like Eclipse Gaming is the ones defending, so in favor for them. They obviously have the higher kill feed amongst the board, Carl. We do see now operators and score streaks are being able to be utilized. This will be the deciding factor in the moment. We have 29 piece. Trades are happening down right now in the middle of that hard point. Should I rather say control. Death Machine has been activated, and let's see what this man Victor can do with 150 bullets in the chamber.
Very first kill found. He's going to go down though. The trade finds him instantly there, demoing out a 14 kill mark. A spawn trap trying to get initiated, but no, it's not going to work. It's a 25 and 24, but Bushka with the Annihilator comes out to play again. No value found yet. Looking for the players there on that. Kill feed finds one more. Vector going down, and it's all blue on the kill feed for the boys of Aura. 24 and 20, as now they are pushing Eclipse back to that spawn. Eventually, this might be their play. Might be where they get the whole win and potentially force that map 4 and maybe the map 5 again. And he's still there. 23, verse 18. The boys in yellow are going to come through in Coco. Time gets the very fast kill. Hustle's going to fall. 22 and 17. Aura have lives, but again, the flat captures have to come through.
Finally, 2 ticks there on the A side. Aura getting those necessary kills and position of this map, Carl. Takeoff currently in control for Aura. 18-15. A side has not yet completely been captured, which means there's only 46 seconds remaining. If they do not equip that will mean that Eclipse Gaming will take the win, but kills are happening in favor of Aura. We see them getting great map control at the moment. Time with the Tempest. Will he be able to make massive plays to be able to turn the tides of this event?
17 and 13, lives are so close, dramatically close. Dad finds a double with the marksman rifle, doing the lost work for the man. 14v13, lives are now getting very close. If you're Eclipse Gaming, you can still win this. Now Demo time finds a double Tempest, clean work. Now Demo as well is still there. Dad finding value still, 11v11, and now the lives are going to get on par. 11v10, Ruin finds the one more kill for his side. This is all a full-on TDM.
Full on TDM at the moment as player hunting player. B site is still available for catcher. We see Hustle now with the Sparrow equipped. Takes out 2 players, being Victor and Demo, which has been a nail in the side of Aura, should I rather say. Sparrow still equipped, managed to pick up the 3rd. Fantastic operator usage at SBC. But him at Dad with the return. The Annihilator, the one-shot pistol. He has been able to pick up a 2-piece. Victor picks up the kill on Hustle. We do see now 6 left versus 5. Carl, follow this through.
And it's Aura now, they have 6 lives. Can they just see it through? It's a 5v5 from the get out of now. Ruin, War Machine, good timing, hopefully. Can he find the player? See that smoke. The confusion might set in. Dad fights one. Dad fights a double, but Ruin is still there. Ruin fights Dad, and Dad is going to go down. It's a 3v2. And oh my god, it's a 2v2. 1v2. 1v1. Ruin collide the Coco for the freaking clutch. The Jollof Wars proven Nigerians have the better Jollof. Let's go.
Let's go. What a massive equalizer play it was there by Coco. Just to end things off, the Nigerian team of Eclipse Gaming advanced through in this winner bracket, Carl. Amazing games. We saw Aura 233 potentially with a light there, a light at the end of the tunnel. There was some hope, but it is overshadowed by that of the Eclipse.
You can't lie. At some point there, I was so sure it was going to be an Aura map. A map 4 forced, potentially a map 5-4. Man, the timing. And again, man, look at that equalizer there. Perfect, 1v1, you know, you need to bring that thing out. It came at the right time. It was their savior. Eclipse Gaming once again are now through to the actual winners bracket finals. That is insane whack. Wow.
Fantastic stuff. Obviously, operators utilized to key. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now handing things over to Petit Talker and the winning team, Eclipse Gaming. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Wow. Nigeria really know they carry last.
We know
they carry last, Abby. Yes. How did this happen?
I mean, respect to
Correct.
CR7, honestly.
Yeah.
They're a really good team. I feel like they're just unlucky. And honestly, to this our Ghanaian brothers also, they are really, really good both.
Charlie.
But we are just better. Like, we always be better. So, yeah.
Whoa! So what should we expect next from you guys?
I mean, expect the usual.
Okay.
We'll try our best.
This is to say that Nigerian Jala for the carry last, no be so. Okay, thank you so much.
It's getting late now, hey now. Enough of the arguments. She sips the Coca-Cola. She can't tell the difference yet. Can't tell the difference yet. It's getting late now, baby. Enough of the arguments. She can't tell the difference yet. That's what you're coming for. I'll let you be. Back to the flow. Asking what's happening, kid. It's getting late now, baby. Enough of the arguments. She said the Coca-Cola. She can't tell the difference yet.
Yeah. What? Are we moving on to the next? No, we're supposed to have one more person. And Aura 233. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Are we having fun tonight? Are we? All right, let's move on to the next game, guys.
kings of African Call of Duty Mobile. The Carry1st Africa Cup isn't just a tournament. It is the soundtrack to a new era of African esports.
He's going to be able to find the pistol kill. 1v1.
Find the two-piece. He knows it's there. Oh my goodness.
Determination, hard work is what gets you into a position like this.
Every squad has a story. Every player, the same dream. Welcome to Lagos. Welcome to the finals.
The evening is now, but we're not still done at the battlefield. There's still a lot of blood to be shed. That's figuratively at least. Now we're going into the next match, and this match is it's going to be fought amongst brothers. Brothers are going to tear it down, bring their best, claim victories. One will lose, the other will stand tall. Ladies and gentlemen, show your jaw as we welcome Sierra 7.
The Ghanaian brothers. We have Aura 233. Give it up for them. Come on. Yes, that's good.
That was remarkable. Of course, we're going to get right into the game.
But before we continue, right, you know, this is literally the battle of Nigerian jollof and Ghana jollof.
The stakes are higher now
Yeah.
because one team gets to go, the other team gets to progress and win something more remarkable.
Mhm.
But I learned Trout and Eugene are
Yeah.
up there waiting for us. Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. We're
How
here.
are you
We're
feeling,
here.
by the way? We should talk.
Come on, come on. Right now, it's the West African Brawl. It's fight night, people. Ding, ding. Get that bell running. How do you guys feel?
We feel great. We feel great. It's
feel
been a
great.
very busy day, right?
Very long day.
Yes.
It was really exciting to watch the vicious matches that have happened and we've witnessed.
Well, predictions for this one. I'll just put you guys on the spot this time.
You can't do this to us. Come on. We have our brothers here. We have the Ghanaians. We have it will be really hard to pick one.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
No, we can't. Because when I asked you, you said that we wouldn't be doing that, so we wouldn't be doing that too.
Well, like you said, this is the West African Brawl. And of course, there can only be one.
You can.
Yes.
And who has more of a point to prove? Because if I remember correctly, in last year's derby where these two met, it was Sierra 7 that came out on top and sent Ghana backpacking all the way. Well, I suppose it's a short trip now, but from Nairobi it was a bit further. So now they're just hopping the border and they'll be ready to go.
Yes, 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 it is. Yes, it is. Well, remember, if you're just joining us, this is the Carry1st Africa Cup 2025, your official African qualifier for the 2025 Call of Duty Mobile World Championships. Right now, you're joining us for Sierra 7 versus Aura 233, the West African Brawl. Sierra 7 representing Nigeria, the home turf defense, while the neighbors, Aura 233, represent Ghana. The map selection, man, and Trout, those are proper selections. Walk us through.
I see nothing but bread and butter. And that is a large knife to be spreading across all of these maps. We've got Summit HP, Coastal S&D, Raid, Control, Slums HP, and if we run the distance all the way to a Game 5, we're going to be ending it off on Tunisia S&D. Not a single Kurohana. You must be jumping for joy.
I am. I really am. Oh my God, Trouty, this is perfect. We start off in the snowy Badlands of Summit, the perfect venue for hardpoint. We start, imagine, from P1 on the server room to the catwalk on P2 and that breakaway point on P3 in 3, 2, 1. This is Sierra 7 versus Aura 233.
Bearing in mind that Aura 233 have just come off of a loss, so they might have a bit of a burning sensation behind them. That is the feeling of potentially being knocked out of the competition. But as things start, it is Pandemonium P1. And right now, it does look like Sierra 7 are going to be the first ones to find a little bit of time.
50 seconds left, early to the rotation. This is Sierra 7 who get in there first. The contest comes through, ring around of roses around the server room, and it's still chaos and pandemonium on P1, barely getting any scrap turns, but in the lead, and a thin lead by that standard, it's Sierra 7, 11-2.
Well, thin lead is a lead nonetheless, and finally 3 more will fall now for Aura 233, but the contest is still about. So, and about 20 seconds or so left, so we should be seeing a rotation coming through here, and it is so key to be playing 1 to 2 hills ahead on this map because it is such a far run if you happen to spawn in Narnia right now. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe could not understand what's going on right now as 3 players will be falling.
Final 5 seconds as we rotate to P2. P2 right now on the catwalk. Who gets there first? Very exposed hill. If you have any streaks, this is where to raise them. I see Hacks with a little bit of bread, but he might save that. Hunter-killer drone unleashed. Doesn't meet its target. Still holding steady, but the breakaway right now by Sierra 7 at 40 points. Or a 233 barely getting a toe on the catwalk there.
Well, they just got their first little taste of time, but it was exactly that, just a taste. As you can see, Sierra 7 kicked the door down once more and are proceeding to run away with this point. 40 seconds left to go, and every single Aura player is getting cut down at the knees. And if you look at your mini-map, you can already see Sierra 7 playing for that rotation as well.
Right now, 20 seconds left on P2, that very exposed hill. As Hacks right now playing Obi-Wan Kenobi, he takes the high ground but loses the gunfight. Final 10 seconds for all the way of Aura 233, minimizing the damage there, reducing the gap significantly, only to 30 points at this second. Now down to that completely vital hill. This is P3. They can use this to break away. Careful, this is Babushka who rotates early for Aura to try and get the control of that hill.
Well, there was a player from Sierra 7 around the back in there trying to play his life as long as possible, but unfortunately he couldn't do it. So the spawn's back in favor of Aura, and you know how hectic this hill can become if you manage to hold it for the full 60. And right now, it does look like Aura is trying to do exactly that. They do have the lifeline in the form of the Sparrow and other specialists. That was the claw popped from Sierra 7, but they could not break it through as Ruin is there to ruin your day with the War Machine.
The War Machine getting 2 for the price of 1, but barely any further than that. Hacks going long on that automaton, but still taking down the control of that hill. P3 falling the way of Aura, who used that to catch up. Now they take the lead for the first time in this hardpoint game. Can they capitalize and extend it? Final 50 seconds. I don't see them on the minimap. Rotating early. Who gets there early? I think it's all yellow. It is Aura who get there first.
Aura first to the fray, first to the rotation. Now the rotational kills. If you can pick off as many players as possible while securing those back spawns, they're going to be worth their weight in gold. Right now, it's going to be Hacks that gets that ball rolling, trying to clear as many players out before the hill becomes available. 1 second to go, and on the pop, it's going to be Aura there. They are not in the lead, but they can take it here. As you can see, Babushka popped the equalizer to equalize that score.
Still holding steady on P4 now. The claw coming into play. Game bait trying to clean house. Doesn't meet his target. Outskirts, second chance. He does meet it, but life stops anything in its tracks this time. He has a claw of his own life, taking lives for himself to keep control of the hill for Sierra 7, who now take back their lead.
They take back their lead off the back of some fantastic utility usage there, and with 26 seconds to go, they're going to just hold off for as long as possible before they look for that rotation. and they have done enough on the first set of rotations here, to be honest, to potentially get set up for P2. I know we're talking 2, 3, even 4 hills ahead sometimes, but when you're in such a tight contested game, you really do need to be thinking maybe a couple of steps ahead, otherwise you can find yourself on the back foot, and right now it does look that rotation from P4 to P1 has been won by Sierra 7.
Still in the lead, it's Sierra 7 as we go back to right the map, the hill that started it all, the server room. Now it's start, activated, freshly in there, the contest comes through, complete pandemonium as the control of this hill being contested for, falling the way of the Blues for barely 1 second. Sierra still struggling to hold steady and maintain that lead. So far, well positioned, Life gets the kills, he has a bit of backup in there, kills the man on the overhead, it's Game Bay who gets dropped, and they're still holding steady to head for 150.
Well, they have done a good job here of holding off every single push that the side of Aura has mounted. But over towards P2 we go now. As you can see, still scrap time, going to be contested. It's going to be Babushka and Sunflower that come out on top. Sunflower with that 10% hand is going to find another. That's going to be 3 for him, and that's going to be the break. 18 seconds and counting. So, still very closely contested between these two teams, but absolutely winnable either which way. P2 about to pop, 10 seconds to go. Scrap time, going the way of Aura.
Right now, they're still holding for the final 5 seconds. That might not mean anything. Those 2 seconds of scrap time, barely doing any damage in the water. Now back to the catway. This exposed hill as finally the Predator missile just catches one target. It's Hustle who falls. The death machine from 4 MP will add to the tally. Paddy adds in the war machine to the tally, and it's Paddy cleaning house, maintaining the status quo on P2. Ruin comes with a war machine of his own and drops him.
He got one with the war machine before he got taken out, and then it's going to be the streaks raining fire down on the point. Contest is still there, but the trades are not working out for the side of Aura. It just seems as though when they get a foot in the door, the side of Sierra 7 has a little bit of utility in the back pocket, and they're able to chain a couple of those kills. Potentially maybe their teamwork is a little bit more ironed out right now, but here we go. Rotation fires with a huge 1-on-1 to win. We're playing Ring Around the Rosie or maybe bumper cars, but Aura get the kills, and they may just get scrap time here, but they definitely have spawns for new.
Final 10 seconds, falling the way of no one. Is still in the contest through the smoke. Nobody claims it, but who rotates first to that contention on hill? It's P3, and it's all yellow in the long distance. I see it. It's Aura guys heading there first. Meanwhile, Fadi will try to flank out, meet Sunflower. He loses that gunfight. Sunflower claims the victory there, keeping it for Aura. Safety in numbers as they hold every single entrance and hold the spawns. The spawns have been successfully flipped.
Absolutely.
On the claw there.
Yeah, so now we got a little bit of utility usage again. We always talk about how important the smokes are, especially in respawn, to potentially cover your push, and that's exactly what's happened here. But it has not converted too much, as the trades are still working out now for the side of Aura, and this was the very hill where they swung things around in the first set of rotations, and as a result, they look like they have done it again. 25 seconds and counting, and you can still hear every single specialist now utilized. It was just the Tempest left, but eventually there's going to be a clean sweep, and into the point we go for the side of Sierra 7 off the back of another specialist, and over towards P4 we go. Massive one to win here, and it's going to be chaos. As you can see, Sierra 7 already won that rotation.
Hax has made proper use of his operative skill. The Tempest has claimed the full team, a full team wipe on that Tempest alone. Well done on his part for Sierra 7 to hold the line, still maintain the status quo. 40-point gap. Don't get too comfortable by hardpoint standards. Not enough to stay comfortable in this game, on this particular mode, on this hill, and this very claustrophobic hill. P4 still. Anybody could pop up from anywhere, and the war machine from Fad is doing well to keep the wolves at bay, but not enough. They're coming out and popping out of absolutely anywhere. This is Hax, still holding steady for Sierra as they hit 250 points away of G from GG's on this hardpoint matchup.
Well, they cannot win it here, but they're going to be able to go to this third set of rotations, and that is where it is all going to conclude. And at the moment, the side of Sierra 7 has done a fantastic job at holding off every single push. Like you said, that Tempest there was the difference maker in that rotation. Finding 5, resetting those spawns, 10 seconds to go. If you're on the shoes of Sierra 7, you're going to be smiling your way back over to P1, as you only need 34 seconds.
216 on 154 is where we find ourselves at the end of P4. We rotate Poetic Justice to the hill that started it all, the server room. Back to it as the Pred hits. Absolutely no one wasted that Predator missile, proving to be as useless as a white crayon.
Well, that's going to be a clean 3 down now for the side of Aura, as it was looking like they had the potential for a break, but unfortunately they couldn't convert much. As you can see, Virus still running around with that equalizer. It's just Ruin with the War Machine, who finds 2 before getting traded. Babushka last alive with the Spectre equalizer. Sorry, it didn't convert too much, and it's going to be Vamp who finds 3, 4 with that Death Machine. Line him up and knock him down. We're playing bowling.
This hill could be the hill to end it all for Sierra 7 if they can hold the line as the Death Machine from 4MP will spray and pray. That's Vamp spraying and praying on the Death Machine. Operator's skill coming to good use, but stopped in his tracks. The contest comes through, stops their counter, 236. But the gap still not moving either for the side of Aura. They still have to do something, not just stop the clock.
Yeah, they're going to need to break a hill and secure it and maybe get a bit of a setup going, because right now it's really drips and drabs attacking the hill, and that'll never work. We speak about how important it is to do a team push, and here comes Fuddy. He gets the ball rolling. He finds 1. He finds 3. I break the hill by myself, said Fuddy before getting taken out, but it doesn't matter. His teammates were there to pick up the pieces. Only 7 seconds needed now for the side of Series 7. There's going to be another streak to potentially draw the final blow. The contest is in. Back and forwards we go. It was just 1 more from Hustle. Not enough. A little bit too little, too late. It's going to be Sierra 7 closing out the HP.
Sierra 7, their first win in the series. Remember, this is a best of 5s. They take hardpoint and convincingly a gap of 100.
100 and a bit, yes. So it looks like the West African Derby starts off with the home team looking like they are here to play. They've got a point to prove because they were taken out 3-0 by that Bear Clan, and now they want to get their chance to meet them again in the grand final. So it's a bit of a trek to get there, but you got to do it 1 game at a time.
Right now, the streaks came into play. It's a very streak-friendly map, Summit. They can come in early off, like right the server room, can get us many kills on that 60-second hill. And now, it's down to Aura to respond. Oh, finally, the stats by the numbers. Look at that. Hacks coming in clutch for Sierra with a 50 bomb.
53 and 30. Brother, that is the Lord's work for the side of Sierra 7, and it really converted it to a fantastic all-round showing. I mean, 1 minute and 34 seconds as well. This is where we spoke about where the teams are able to adapt effectively by putting multiple people in the hill and not having set roles in the sense of, okay, this is our OBJ player, and if that person's not getting time, we're losing the game. You've got to be able to adapt on the fly, and I think they did a good job in that map.
They did. Aura as well did their best. For a second there, they held their line. It was even Stevens until the point on P4, the second round on P4, breakaway. They just let go. I don't know why. They put their foot off the gas, and Sierra, they drove away.
Yeah, and we just got a quick update for you guys on the secondary side of the stream. It is currently Delta versus Paradox, and Delta has just gone down 1-0 in map count. So Paradox may be looking to make that comeback as well, but right now we are here for the West African Derby, and we are going over to our next map, which is going to be S&D on Coastal.
S&D on Coastal, again, for all the people in chat, because the chat had been asking for the secondary game. Yes, Paradox versus Delta is going on the B stream, on the other live stream. So if you want to catch that, it's on the other live stream. Right now, we have the West African Derby here. 07 versus Aura 233. And now, we're heading to Search and Destroy, as you mentioned, on Coastal. Coastal expectations?
Well, we saw a little bit of the Sierra 7 woes when it comes to S&D. They managed to have a good pacing throughout, but they can't really convert it when it matters most. And we saw the last time that they were matched up on this map, they managed to come back 6-4. But now I imagine they'd want to go up 6-4 and not choke it up. Either way, on attack, it is going to be a quick dummy nade there for the side of Aura.
Did that man flash himself? He stunned himself. All right. Sniper coming in from Hustle. Trying to spray into the smoke, and Ruin does catch live first blood. Responsibility for bearing down the bomb as Ruin falls. The trades come in quickly, making it a 4v3. 3, of course, for the team of Sierra. 4 with Aura, with a 1 number superiority there, 1 man superiority. who has the bomb. The bomb is down. 40 seconds for Aura to take action.
It's actually Sierra 7 on attack here, guys. Sorry, we got that wrong.
Oh, actually, yeah,
but
we did.
The bomb has now been planted. It's currently a 3v3, and everyone line him up and knock him down.
Wow.
Into the blender you go. Sierra 7 finding their first round on attack.
The blender is correct. That was so fast. So fast.
Choke points go hard.
Right now, delivery of the bomb charged with Sierra 7. This will be Virus holding steady with the bomb. His decision, vital. Where to take it? We don't know yet. Hustle, still looking and waiting. He's lurking. Babushka as well, lurking and hunting. Ruin Dusk finally catch Hacks and takes a two-piece with Vamp. Adds Fadi for 3. He adds life actually for 3.
Well, that was a pretty impactful start there for Arun as he finds 3, and Hustle closes it out there with 2 of his own. So right now, answering back is going to be Aura with a quick round of their own.
Here we go. Round 3. It's 1-1 so far. A response was immediate. Still, the task for Sierra 7 is to put down that bomb. What's their decision? We'll find out shortly. 1:45 is the time they have to put that bomb down. Meanwhile, on the other side, lurking and hunting, it's Aura. Nobody home to receive Ruin's shots.
Well, this may be the perfect unintentional play now from the side of Sierra 7, as they might have just been gifted God-tier timing, but Gambe is going to be the one to get the ball rolling as he throws out a Kobe, gets a kill, gets the first blood going.
And right now, those are the players, but the bomb is down.
Bomb is down, first blood drawn. Like I said, still a 4v5 retake, but on the upper hand will definitely be the side of Sierra 7 as they are knocking him down quicker than we can count him. It's now a 1v3 for Arun to clutch on up, but he's got 12 seconds and a dream, not quite enough in the tank, and it is going to be Sierra 7 with their second round here in S&D.
That's the first time I've seen the Tundra not really do anything. Missed shots left, right, and center. He did his best. He had no choice. He had no choice. We start
no choice
again.
Indeed, but it doesn't matter, as at the moment these guys are doing a good job of still staying in the game. Fadi now drawing that first blood, but the trade pretty much instant. 4v4. It's actually going to be Babushka with that shotgun, close range and personal. Oh my goodness, the turn and burn.
We go again. This is Ruin who catches Vamp, takes a two-piece. It's Fadi who's the receiver. 2-2.
2-2 indeed, and that came off the back of an insane shotgun play there. I feel like that two-piece was a little bit illegal, but it went the way.
Right now, 2-2 is where we stand as we go again. Virus holding the bomb for the side of Sierra 7. Oh, Hacks taken down as Ruin claims a two-piece. Prompting a response from Sierra 7 who have to do something drastic. They have to decide and decide now. Where does that bomb go? What next as he adds Fadi to the tally? Makes it 3 as Sunflower makes Virus the 4th. Life, ironically, left.
Lost alive. 1v5 right now, and Ruin has been the real reaper on this map. It does look like Coastal is where his playing ground has been set up, especially with that sniper in hand, as he's been so impactful. Like you said, he found 3 in the round, and now in a very, very tough spot, it's going to be Life. And with just over a minute to work with, you can feel the pressure mounting every second. He does not check corners. I knew that was going to happen. A little bit of COD timing there at its finest, and it's going to be Aura who take the lead at 3-2.
It's very hard on a spectator side to observe when you know someone is simply waiting for you around a corner and you just can't shout it out.
100%. But right now, over to round 6 we go. Slight advantage to the side of Aura. Bomb yet to go down. Bearing in mind that this is the last round that the side of Sierra 7 is going to be on attack. But over towards B we go. It looks like everything in the kitchen sink being thrown in. It's going to be a set of trades. 2 will fall now for the side of Aura. And that is enough to get the bomb down quite comfortably over on B.
The Tundra, this time for Fadi, finds its way. Game Bay, the victim, the recipient, straight to the face as Ruin trades in. It's Life who receives it. gratefully. 1v3. No, it's 2v3.
Oh, Hustle actually wins the pistol whip battle. Now it's a 1v2. Or 2v2, excuse me. But with 19 seconds and counting, you can start to feel that maybe Aura is leaving the sights a little bit too open, as now they will likely not be enough time for them to get the defuse unless they get 2 instant kills right now. But you can see the first one is there, but enough has been done by Virus to secure the round, as he simply finds 2 anyway to rub a little bit of salt in that wound. 3 apiece.
They level the West African Derby on Search and Destroy. This is exactly how it's supposed to play out. This is exactly how you expected it to play out. Both these teams know exactly each other's style of play. And now on the attack again. The responsibility to put down the bomb has traded in. It's Aura, Babushka carrying in. His decision, we don't know yet. HSO in hand. Slow and steady wins the race. Sneaky, sneaky. But who gets first blooded here? Gonna wait. Hunting, everyone's just playing it slow at this point. Expectation, as now Aura trying to be a bit too careful here. Waiting for the info to come out.
Yeah, maybe waiting a little bit too late, and that may come back to bite you exactly like that now. First blood drawn by the side of Sierra 7, and here comes the second. 1 shot, 1 kill, as he went there and a little bit everywhere as he gets taken out by that shotgun. And just like that, it is going to be line him up and knock him down. Hacks looking for his 3rd in the round. And Sierra 7 on defense, a whole different kettle of fish.
Sierra suddenly now taking the lead. Can Aura hold steady and just keep this within staggering distance? Babushka holding the responsibility for Aura 233. The Ghanaians surge forward, but that decision still unknown. They're leaning one way, we can't call that out, but Hustle, the trades come immediately, 4v4.
4v4 indeed, as the snipers ring across the map. Bomb now down for the side. Oh, excuse me, I got the audio cue there, but that's not quite right. It's still going to be a 4v4. And a little bit more map position still being jostled for between these 2 teams. As you can see, close and personal is the name of the game, as Hustle finds another hack sent to an early grave. It is still a 3 versus 4. What's the timing going to be? Perfect. 3v3. Virus is there. Virus finds 2, infecting everyone. Life is there to finally close it out. And up 3-5 goes Sierra 7.
Sierra 7 getting comfortable in the game now. They started off shaking this S&D. They, of course, stayed comfortable on hard point. A 2-round lead. Not enough to stay comfortable, and Hustle does not find the target. Surely the Aura guys, surely they might have heard those shots just ringing right above.
Sure, I tell you what, that would have been sending me goosebumps down the spine if I hear round my ear. But Foddy and Vamp go back to back. It's going to be nothing but shotgun in the feed. 3v3 right now, or 3v2, excuse me. Game Bay and Sunflower to clutch on up, and the bomb being planted. That is just enough in the back pocket, though, that can make it quite mixy here on the retake.
Mixy indeed, because now full send. The Sierra 7 guys go. Fadi starts off the onslaught. Sunflower, the victim. Virus adds to the support. It's Gamepay who falls. The final domino as they comfortably defuse to get that extender win.
Now they are 1 round away from going 2-0 up here in this best of 5. At the moment, it does look like Aura not able to counter quite effectively, especially at close range. Even though they were a man down, they did get that bomb down, but they weren't able to convert the round. Regardless, oh my goodness, I thought that was going to be the first trade I've ever seen. Either way, it is going to be Babushka and Hustle going back to back, with Hustle finding 2 in the round. 3 have fallen already for the side of a Sierra 7. Now Vamp left in a 1 versus 4.
This is still Babushka, still holding the bomb steady for Aura 233, and the shorty from Vamp to Hustle straight to the face. Shotgun shells everywhere as Ruin receives. The shotgun reverend preaching on the songstress there.
playing that shotgun like a guitar. He knows exactly how to do it and when to do it. Now a 1v2, bearing in mind it was a 1v4. If anyone was going to make it happen, it's Vamp with that boomstick, or I suppose short boomstick in hand, as now he has to be able to make the play. I think he's played the clock for long enough, and that should be enough of a cue, as the bomb should be going down relatively soon.
Babushka still meeting his responsibility. They may have superiority in numbers and the bomb is down. He is on notice. Vamp has to do something. He can't stay comfortable now. Limited time. A decision has to be made, a hard one. What does he do? What does he do? How to bait them out. Sneaky, sneaky one.
I thought that was insane. I thought he was going to get the 1-2 Magoo, send you to the early ghoulie. But either way, that came down to a 1v1. And if there was a second different timing there, we would have seen why shotguns are unmatched up close and personal. But Aura, a lifeline thrown towards them as they are now 6-4 in. Still got a two-round advantage here. So Series 7 just need to play cautiously.
And this is Vamp still waiting on the corner side. He was waiting comfortably at that A site. They know now the info is out. They retreat before any life has been claimed. Will they commit? Babushka goes through the corner, meets life dropped. Life traded in by Ruin. And the trades come through swiftly. Sunflower takes Vamp as sacrifice. 3v3.
Well, Vamp didn't go down without taking his pound of flesh, but Sunflower and Ruin are there to answer back themselves. It feels like the Nigerian qualifiers revisited, as Fadi is now left in a 1 versus 3. Make it a 1 versus 2! Make it 1 versus 1! Oh my goodness, the bomb has been planted and now the pressure's on. Ruin almost gets taken out, but Ruin too quick to the draw as he gets his one. Now 1 round away is Aura from forcing the overtime.
Nigeria qualifiers revisited. Different opponent, same stress. 5-6 is where we stand. 5-6 is where we stand. We're getting info that the game being played off-stream, Paradox versus Delta, is currently 2-0 in favor of Paradox. Meanwhile, Ruin still holding steady by the B site. Responsibility to put down the bomb falls to Aura, which Babushka is just doing, but goes down before meeting his objective. Sunflower takes charge of it, takes the bomb. Meanwhile, Hacks, spray and pray, drops Sunflower. Sunflower not before taking Virus, and the dominoes fall. That's all she wrote for Aura 233 on Search and Destroy. The win goes the way of Sierra 7, extending their lead in the series 2-0.
I almost thought we were going to see a good old case of white line fever there, as they weren't able to get across it to score the points that they needed. But in the end, they managed to clinch that knot, and it does look like good old Sierra 7 extend their lead to a 2-0, like you said. And they leave it to the last second. You know, I really thought we were going to go into an overtime there, but either way, we're going to the next map, which is going to be Raid Control, which we've already seen today, and we know what could be in store for there.
Raid Control, bread and butter map raid. We love it. And by the numbers, before we move forward, look at Ruin. 14 kills. But that wasn't enough, was it?
Not enough in the end, because he also died 9 times. Oh my God. So that's a lot of trading and a lot of engagements, but with the majority of them still going the way of Sierra 7. At the end of the day, it's the team that wins, not the team with the most kills.
Fair enough. That was not the objective of S&D. You're right. You're right. Now heading to Control again on Raid, bread and butter map. Expectations here. Raid, decent choice, common choice for Control. Makes sense. It's obvious. We've seen the strategies. The one that makes sense is start with the easy hill and close off on the hard one, which we rarely take, and it comes down to the gunfight. But that's not what we've seen today, is it?
Not at all, not in the slightest. This has either been a wash or not in Control. Either way, guys, a quick update for you. If you're wondering what's going on between Delta and Paradox, it is currently 2-0 to Paradox, and they may be able to close things out in the 3-0. But at the moment, keep your eyes locked in for the Mentos moments.
The Mentos moment detailing out exactly how Sierra 7 took that hard-fought, hard-earned win on Coastal. That was Search and Destroy. This extends their lead 2-0 in the series.
Definitely not on the back foot anymore, as it is a complete polar opposite compared to how they came out of the gates, as they were the first game up on stage, but they went down in a 3-0 fashion, and maybe they are here to prove a point to send the side of Aura 233 packing over the border. I know it's only a hop, skip, and a jump, but still, the first and second team to go out are about to be... Could you do that again? Right. So now that we have Eugene's cardio out of the way, it is now it's time for us to get ready to go over to raid control. It has been a blast thus far, and I mean, if I'm in the shoes of Aura, maybe they want to keep the long con going. They locked in on stage, but we're not sure what the comms are like there. So maybe there's a little bit of chemistry issues, but it is still very winnable. And it all starts with one map, and that map could be raid control. We're just gonna have to wait and see how it plays out.
Yeah, we're going to see it. This could be the last game of the day, actually. This might be the last game of the day on the stream.
I think it is.
Yes, it might be the last game of the day of the live stream, and we go on till tomorrow. Everyone is beat. There's been plenty of Call of Duty action, and there's plenty more to come tomorrow on Championship Sunday. But before we get there, we have to find out who exactly is going there. Who exactly is going there? For now, this is Raid Control. You're still watching Sierra 7 versus Aura 233. Your West African derby continues now.
Kicking it off here, like you said, this is where we either get to see the side of Aura 233 cash in their winnings and go for the hills packing, or potentially adding a few more dollars in, as Fardy's blind firing through. Doesn't matter, he gets the kill. But right now, it is still a double from the side of Sunflower, and onto A we go.
My gosh. The ringing on that Type 63 is scary. It just collects. The Type 63 is just a next level weapon there. The Type 19 there, the automaton for the side of Gamebane, not exactly coming in clutch for him, as the objective for picking up the point falls towards Aura 233. They decide to go at the B side, the conventional option, the live piece, 24 lives for each side. Steady we go.
Well, they did it. He's found the first tick on B, like you said, but they are down 2 lives. And you can see that snowball is beginning to roll. Having said that, a little bit cast because 3 now will fall for the side of Sierra 7, evening up the life count pretty much as it comes. And my goodness, the trigger finger that these guys have got unlocked for that marksman rifle is insane. Over towards B we go. Second tick on the horizon. Now the pressure is on to extend that clock, as they just have under a minute to work with here.
Right now, still the B site halfway locked by Aura 233, but at what cost exactly? 15 lives left shared amongst the team. Meanwhile, Sierra 7 also losing lives. They're at 17 right now. Even Stevens, Faddy still collecting 2 for the price of 1 for himself. Again, it's the Type 63 coming to play. We're still talking about that weapon.
Well, that weapon is obviously doing the Lord's work, as well as the streaks. You can see working our way towards our first set of specialists now on the map. And it was just one of the players who was able to push through onto A. First tick now found there. 7 to 15. But you can see the players are lurking in the spawn. They know that they can trust their teammates to clear the point when necessary. We're not checking corners. He's going to get taken out. And at the moment, all of the players from Sierra 7 are falling left, right, and center. And this may be A collected right now.
Keep your eye on the clock. Someone has to stop it. With 5 lives left, Aura 233 are in a dire place right now. Compared to the 9 lives that Sierra 7 currently holds. They make it 8, they make it 7. Commentators curse, and they seem to be hearing this. They're receiving the message, it's almost home, but they still lose 2 lives in one foul swoop. Now 2v5 is where we stand. Babushka and Sunflower left to stand alone.
Pair alone to get over towards B right now. And they have to be able to get a few more than condolence kills. Remember, they only need 1 tick, so very doable. But of course, if Hax is up top, almost finding the double, but it's going to be Vamp who gets the trade. First round, going the way of Sierra 7.
Of course, the role will trade in now, because it's going to be Sierra 7 with the role of now capturing the point. Remember, this mode is a baby between basically hardpoint, S&D, and what? Domination? Yeah.
Domination and a bit of hardpoint, like you said. So now over to attack. It's going to be Sierra 7, and they get that ball rolling as the 2-piece from none other than Hax to get that ball rolling. First tick now found. No brakes on this train. But having said that, that did look like a bit of a handbrake. Ding, 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 ding. As Vamp finds another 2. And into the site we go. Second tick found on B.
The B side completely overwhelmed by the Sierra 7 side. The defense proving as useless as a glass hammer right now. 20 lives left rather for the RR233 side. And now they choose to rotate. They have to rotate to the side of the A side and defend it fully, as the commitment by the full blues from Sierra 7 heads that direction as well.
Well, blink and you'll miss it. That B was collected pretty much instantly. Extended the clock. Now they have 2 minutes and an additional 7 lives over that of Aura 233, and they are just going to be bleeding the lives and the time. Onto A we go. But the trades have to be a little bit better than that. Life, though, still alive by some miracle. Hax is there to find another, but the trades quick and thick. Now A up for grabs potentially, but of course that Type 63, like you said, terrifying when it is in the right hands.
The Type 63 currently exactly the right hands like that. But right now Fadi stopped in his tracks by Babushka. In return, the trade comes in from Virus, holding steady with only 8 lives left. Aura barely able to hold the A site. Again, there's a reason this is the hardest point to hold with 17 lives spare. It feels all effort might come to naught. I'm going to use your phrasing. Right now, defense is as useless as an ice cream toaster.
Well, especially for the side of Aura, as they are currently 1v15. Not a snowball's hope in hell, to be honest with you. Just trying to get a few condolence kills, but it wasn't enough as they actually capture the point. And right now, it is 2-0 to Sierra in series and 2-0 in the control, looking to close things out here. Just one more round.
Just one more round now. Slow and steady wins the race. Right now, Sierra 7 could close this series out with a win here. And so far, it's been nothing but convincing. The Derby currently holding a clean sheet in favor of the Nigerian team on home ground. Their neighbors currently unable to register a response. They have the responsibility to cap the points now, and they're trying to get at the A side, consider the most difficult one. Oh wait, a 2-prong attack. They try and put a foothold on the B side as well. This is ruin and hustle on the other side of A as well. Babushka will try and hold it on the spawn.
Well, this is a different Aura side altogether as they're getting kills left, right, and center. 4 life advantage, but as I say that, they begin to bleed. The time now stopped both ways as the contest is in on both A and B, but the kills now working out for the side of Sierra 7 as they go hunting. Sunflower trying to catch as many raids as possible. The answer is 0. And back into the spawn we go. Specialists now being utilized because they have nothing but fallback here. And you can see the claw through the mid-map is going to try and cut down as many of these players as possible. But he's going to be answered back pretty much instantly. And now we have the life count swung in favor of Sierra 7.
Right now, 17 lives to 15 is where it stands. Life count in favor, but by a thin number there. Just 2 lives. Okay, falls to 4. Commentators curse as Vamp claimed 2 for the price of 1. A nice 2-piece for himself. 20 seconds. Keep an eye on that clock. Someone has to stop that clock. Responsibility on the side of Sunflower, Game Bay rather, firing on that Type 63 still. The Aura side with just 9 lives left. They need to stop the clock. Oh my lord.
There's no ways he won that.
Adding insult to injury. 9 seconds left. This is Virus holding steady and completely frustrating on the spawn point. Unleashes a hunter-killer drone. Will it find anyone? 3 lives to 13. The minimap. Hunter-killer drone meets its target. It does not. Not this time. And 1 life left. To close this out, it will be Sierra 7 to convincingly take the series. They just want to go home, and they will. They're moving forward in the losers bracket.
100%. Another day in the office here for Sierra 7. Quick order of business. 3-0 on the main stage. Aura, we will see you guys 1 hop, skip, and a jump back over to your home country.
Meanwhile, an update from the Paradox versus Delta Hardpoint, 250 to 42. Control 7-0. 7-0 on S&D and 3-0 on Control. So it's done.
So, yeah, that's going to confirm our next matchup for tomorrow. So, either which way, it is it has been a very good day of Call of Duty, and we got to see some upsets, particularly one upset,
yes,
which was quite the showing. And as a result, Bear Clan has now gone home smiling and riding that high as they know that they have secured their spot in the winners bracket finals. Winners bracket finals.
Yes.
Where they will be meeting, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Eclipse.
Okay, yeah, you're not mistaken. It's Eclipse Gaming. Meanwhile, on the other side, Paradox Gaming have beat out the East Africans from Kenya, Delta Esports. Yep, beaten out convincingly, a 3-0 in the series. Meanwhile, Aura 233 just lost as well to Sierra 7, who move forward, I guess, to the losers bracket finals.
No, well, semi-finals, because it is going to be our next game is Sierra versus PDX. That is the next one as a result of these two right now. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that this is going to be a fantastic start tomorrow. That's obviously going to be tomorrow.
Championship Sunday.
Championship Sunday. And we couldn't have gotten any further, right? It's now, what's the time? It's currently 9 p.m. here in Lagos, and we have been playing COD all day.
And right now, yes, before we hand over to our host, just a reminder, you're watching the Carry1st Africa Cup 2025, your official African qualifier for the Call of Duty Mobile World Championships. Now back to the stage to our host, Petite Talker and Erastus. Before we hand over to them, we have been your casters for the day, Eugene Abu Dhabi and the illustrious Trouty.
Thank you, Eugene.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night. So it feels good to, make it out and you're back in the game. How do you feel about that?
We feel privileged to at least get to this stage after the horrendous first games. But yeah, we thank God.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to tomorrow? Who are you looking forward to playing against tomorrow?
I mean, our next match, which is Paradox, really looking forward to that match.
Looking forward
because
to it?
it's all or nothing.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Why you can't they sound like say you don't tire? It's been a long day, right?
Yeah, I'm actually tired.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing day. And at this point, we're going to have to continue tomorrow. My name is Petite, and I just want to say you all have an amazing night. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Wasted.
The Carry1st Africa Cup isn't just a tournament. It is the soundtrack to a new era of African esports.
He's gonna be able to find the pistol kill. 1v1! Find the two-piece! He knows it's there! Oh my goodness!
Determination, hard work is what gets you into a position like this.
Every squad has a story. Every player, the same dream. Welcome to Lagos. Welcome to the finals.